Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, today, in case you guys are curious, we're currently going to find all 150 new memories in Tears of the Kingdom. By the way, Peachel and I are hosting this giant event where we have 16 different streamers completing a Nuzlocke and then entering into a tournament in August. All of the information is available at nuzlocke.in. I thought you guys would like to know. This is the Zelda Notes app. There's like this new thing in the top left you can see right there that says voice memories. And there's quite literally 150 new voice lines for Zelda in the game. So we're going to be doing that. You can see all of the different memories scattered across Hyrule. So we're going to get all of them. This is on my stream phone here. So this is going to be pretty sick. I set it all up. We should be good to go and we're going to vibe. Today, it's a Wednesday. We're going to do all 150 Zelda memories. There's different ones actually. And that's on the surface. In the sky, there's I think 35 Rauru memories. And then we're going to be doing all 55 Kohga memories, which are in the depths. All right, so if we do this, searching for voice memory. Yeah, so this is like, it'll show you when you're near a voice memory. Oh, like this.
This is one of the Skyview towers that Pura designed to aid in the restoration of Hyrule. Though it is not quite finished, we have Hudson Construction to thank for how quickly it is coming along. Now, if only Pura could have similar success finding any volunteers to use the paraglider to survey the land from above.
That's great. So you know, it's a cool little insight. Oh, Hudson Construction made these Skyview towers. This is a Requiem for the Dead, for example.
A memorial. It is said that spirits who are weighed down with regret when they pass on sink deep beneath the ground.
Sound good?
And wander in search of light. I will place similar memorials at scenes of great loss and pray they will bring light to those wandering souls.
All right, so that's one of the ones we got before. And then let me get that last one. So then we're like up to date on voice memories here. Surveyors Wanted, and then it was this. It was gourmets, gathering the gourmets, yeah.
Riverside Stable is known to many as a gathering place for gourmets. Visiting here reminds me of a time I shared a meal of meat and rice with a few who claimed hunger is the best sauce. Though at the time they had not eaten in 3 days and were nearly immobilized at their campsite. I hope they learned their lesson.
It's pretty fun. Nice AI voice. It's not AI. This is the actual VA. What are you talking about? Oh, no, we're not getting into it. No, okay, I'll say it. I'll say it real quick. You need to stop assuming everything is AI in the world. I get having a healthy amount of skepticism, but also common sense, please. I'm getting one guide. So you can see like which memories we've gotten. So my goal is to get all of them today on stream. We'll see how many I get. Okay, so there's a new voice memory like here somewhere. Okay, so that's the thing is like we're gonna maybe struggle to actually get these unless we go to like navigation and then we search this way. So I do this, activate voice guidance.
Activated. Proceed a short distance northwest.
This is literally GPS. Oh boy, this is gonna be, I can't tell if this is gonna be amazing or just like horrid. Maybe in here.
Proceed a short distance east.
Okay, so in here.
In this vicinity.
That's kind of cool.
There are many things we can learn from history. After all, we would not have known to prepare for the calamity if we had not studied ancient relics from our past. Knowing this, and having seen the passion of the archaeologists I've met on my travels, I have decided to form a team to survey ancient ruins and texts across Hyrule. I am sure there are many things we can learn from them as we restore the land.
Calamity mentioned, by the way, that's something that we want from this. I'm down, actually. This is one of the things that we found lacking a little bit from Tears of the Kingdom, where it's like additional context for these things. It's cool. You get to add more to Zelda. We'll probably just be analyzing a lot of this. This is just, hey, we create a survey team. Things happen during the calamity. We're gonna like just continue on. I don't know. I think this is pretty sick. It's like more story. You get more. It's optional. I hope that's pretty good. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about this. Do I do the voice guidance for all of them? Maybe not. We just kind of go over here, right? And then this is probably gonna activate. Yeah, nice. All right.
When I told Pura of my plan to venture beneath the castle to investigate the gloom, she expressed strong opposition. That Link would accompany me did not sway her in the slightest. It was only my suggestion to establish an outpost here, a place to observe the gloom from and to reach the hidden path beneath the castle, that earned her begrudging acceptance.
That's great. Like that's okay. That's this. You got to admit, this is kind of cool. We actually have now 7, I think, of the 150. Let's go get some more. We're getting some actual lore here, which is really good. Actually, like good story bits. All right, there should be another Zelda memory right here. Nice.
Though the central square has lain in ruins for a long time, I can still recall the bustling activity of the castle town like it was yesterday. At the center of this space was the fountain, fed by an underground waterway, though I suppose that has run dry.
And that actually references the underground, the royal passageway. That's pretty cool. Hi, Zelda.
The ruins of Hyrule Cathedral. I often came here to pray that my powers would finally awaken. Though this place does bring me comfort, I also feel bitter at my many unanswered prayers.
This makes me so excited for all of these other stuff. I'm actually so ready for this. Because like, damn, okay. That's where you used to pray. This is cool. It's small little tidbits of information that I think would honestly probably be really cool, especially if you were playing for the very first time. Okay, I'm literally here. Oh, okay. There we go.
This forest park was the direct responsibility of the royal family, cared for and built upon by each successive generation of rulers. Though it has been partially destroyed by fire, that does not spell the end of our ancestors' legacy. In fact, I believe I caught sight of some new growth emerging already.
Yeah, wait, like some new twigs and stuff. Love it. It's like, yeah, welcome back to my Zelda vlog.
Although the soldiers at the training camp fought back, this settlement was burned to the ground by a single rampaging guardian. The loose ground has left little trace of the heroic battle they waged. I pray their brave spirits have found peace with Goddess Hylia.
Guardians mentioned. Okay, we're bringing that in. This is something I wish was in the main game, but like, okay, that's great. Good to know that that is acknowledged here. I hope. I don't know if we're going to get it, but I hope that we get some more context on what happened to all the stuff within the voice memories specifically, rather than just like the interviews of like the director saying, they just kind of disappeared. That's really exciting. This might not be everyone's cup of tea. I think this is pretty cool. I love it. I'm like so with this. This is about
This was an important training camp in the days before the calamity. It is said that when the calamity occurred, all of the veteran soldiers had been deployed and only trainees remained here. Despite their inexperience, the brave trainees worked together and defeated a guardian. I pray their souls have found peace.
A guardian? One? Wow. All right. Adds some crucial context there of, oh my God, Link was crazy for taking down multiple. Yeah, none of the soldiers learned to parry. I guess not. It's pretty hard, apparently. I think Flurry Rush is a thing that's almost exclusively to Link and Ganondorf, just like as a casual kind of lore thing. Right over here. For these guys.
I'll always remember Woodland Stable. It is where I saw the president of the Stable Association's grandson swinging a baton around. It seems he has formed a band, gathering one musician after another.
The Stable Association.
While his
Oh,
mannerisms
that's
are
you.
clumsy, others are enthralled by his appearance and enthusiasm. Once I have finished my investigation, I should try to see them perform.
Okay, so he was he was the president of the Stable Association before becoming the maestro. And he's a little quirky. Sorry, the president's grandson. So, Nepo baby. I will say the GPS system's really cool with the phone.
Once you pass through the Lost Woods, you'll arrive at the forest where the great Deku Tree lives. When I first visited here, I could hardly move from fright, but Mother soothed my fears by pointing out that where I saw scary twisted trees, she saw interesting, expressive faces. That is when I truly learned the value of appreciating different perspectives.
Oh, I love that. Zelda's mom is rarely mentioned at all in the games, especially like this game. It's good to know. A lot of what Zelda has been taught is through that. Oh, this is where the Master Sword is.
When Link was on the brink of death, had it not been for your voice to guide me, I wouldn't be here now. Though I cannot hear your voice anymore, I still offer you my thanks. It is because of you that the world was saved. Please, rest here and
Fi
heal
mention.
your wounds.
Wait, that's literally a Fi mention. Because if you've ever played Skyward Sword, Fi is the being within the sword, gives it life, all this stuff, right? And so she's thanking Fi for what the events of Breath of the Wild. If it weren't, Fi's voice, that's crazy. Well, no, it wasn't for the events of Breath of the Wild there. God, it does make it a little confusing. No, it was for the events of Breath of the Wild because these memories are not post tiers. So yeah, thank you for Fi for, Oh, right here. Yeah, there it is. That's actually so helpful.
I have visited this place and the great Deku Tree countless times, but the very first was shortly after I was born, when the great Deku Tree blessed me with a cherry blossom bud. It bloomed above my head, proving I had inherited the power of the goddess.
What?
Though Father was joyful at this, Mother's reaction was mixed. There was difficulty and pain in the journey that lay ahead for me, but I am, in the end, happy to have been blessed with this power.
Wow. So they knew what would come from that power, and so they were kind of scared for her. The actual lore. Wow, this is great. This is not just like, wow, this place used to be where a guardian destroyed. It's like, no, this is, wow, they were scared of her power and like knew what burden she would have to bear, as well as like how they knew that she had some sort of power, right? The great Deku Tree blossomed a cherry blossom bud. It's essentially signifying she is the princess of lore.
Typhlo Ruins was once covered in darkness. Perhaps it disappeared along with the shrine and the trial.
Yeah.
Regardless, These large ruins were almost certainly unexplored thanks to that darkness. With it gone, dedicated research of this site can begin in earnest.
So she's saying the darkness of Typhla ruins possibly disappeared because you completed the shrine in Breath of the Wild. A little hand wavy, but sure. This is the skeleton here.
Surveys of Hyrule have largely been at a standstill, but they could be incredibly valuable. Through careful study, we could identify extinction events and their causes. We could see evidence of environmental changes or disasters, and possibly prevent them from happening again. And this all ties back to fossils. We simply must put more effort into their study.
I would like to refer to this as a meta commentary about there needs to be more effort into what happened. Why is there a skeleton here? It is cool that, you know, but it did lead to a standstill. It could, I mean, obviously because of like the great calamity and the upheaval. I just want to know more. It's like that one John Mulaney skit of like what they used to do in murder scenes where it's like, let's draw, you know, like a detective would come in. Let's draw a chalk outline where the body was, so we know where it was. Sir, there's blood on the scene. Gross. Clean it up. Like, it's like, there's a fossil here indicating that there could be several years. What happened before? Rock. Cool. That's kind of what it gives me right now, which is kind of funny. What do you have to say about Yunobo HQ?
The sudden changes on Death Mountain left many Gorons feeling uneasy, but I hear young Yunobo goes to the mountain every day to mine ore from the exposed rock face. It
Call a
seems
job.
his efforts are motivating his fellow Gorons, shaking them out of their worry and giving them purpose. Certainly the future of Goron City is brighter, thanks to Yunobo.
Yeah, he's just, hey, you know, vote Yunobo for mayor. He's bringing jobs, work ethic, and everything to Hyrule. So mad props to him. You know, great Yunobo. Thank you. All right, so in here.
This is the large sword that Daruk carried with him. He always held it as though it was light as a feather, but I believe it is actually a boulder breaker he had custom made to be twice as heavy as normal. Not only that, but when he became a champion, he increased its weight even more. There is a certain symbolism in this. Daruk was bold and friendly, but he carried an incredible weight without concern or complaint.
All right, I kind of like that one. I kind of like that. It's kind of like, wow, there's some symbol. If you say there's symbolism, okay, wait, no, I don't want to bash the writing because I actually kind of like it. Because it's like, okay, he added more and more weight, and it's obviously more weight on his shoulders because he has to protect an entire clan of people in Hyrule, especially after the events of the calamity or like during the events of the calamity, whatever, right? Like, I get it. Just don't say, this is symbolism. You can't catch like Elden Ring, like being like, this thing's rotting. I guess that's symbolic for, you know, the decay that's happening in the society currently. It's like, whoa, no. Perchance leave that to the viewer.
This restaurant specializes in grilling various foods, though it seems they
Sapphires?
are planning on leaving this location to a skilled chef and opening a new shop along the road. Since they were moving on, they were kind enough to give me a seared steak as a gift.
That's very nice. I guess it is food because it's sapphires.
When I was preparing to come here to Goron City, I bought lots of fireproof elixirs to counter the extreme heat. It's a relief to see those are no longer needed. One thing that hasn't changed, though, is the Goron's love of eating rocks. Seeing it now, I am reminded of when Daruk gave Link a rock to eat. And he did.
What? Wait. Link canonically has eaten a rock. Wait, what? What is this? Wait, yeah, in Age of Calamity, he did. Wait, I do remember. Wait, that's a cool... That's actually... Yeah, that's cool. That's a cool connection to all of that. Age of Calamity reference here. All right, so we just go up here. And this should be about the bridge. There it is. Oh, no, it's about Daruk over here.
Oh, Daruk. Link told me of when your spirit was released. I am so sorry that you worried after me all the way to the end, and I cannot thank you enough for keeping the promise you made 100 years ago. I will make you proud, my friend. I will bring peace to this land. Please, watch over me.
Oh, sad.
I was surprised when I first saw Yunobo. The young Goron is
this is
like
his house.
Grandfather, and I nearly shouted Daruk in excitement. Of course, he doesn't have the same bold spirit Daruk has.
Yeah, he's a little insecure.
But he's an honest boy with a truly kind heart.
Yeah, so this is Yunobo's house. Aw, I like it. I'm having a lot of fun with this. This is like a nice casual vibe. Dude, this is so fun. I'm vibing with this. This is kind of great.
The Gorons looked so comfortable as they lounged in these hot springs. As for me, The heat was too much, and I only put my feet in. Poor Link even caught a scolding from the Gorons when he tried to add a little water to cool it down. Apparently, this temperature is merely tepid to them already.
Really? That's crazy. That's crazy. Dude, I went to an onsen for the first time when I visited Japan earlier this year. We went to it's like a 100-degree sauna. Insane. I lasted 4 minutes. Like, no shot. It was ridiculous. I think between me, Alec, like Eric's Failboat, and Doug, I lasted about like 4 minutes. Eric's lasted about 6. I think Doug was 10, and then like Failboat was 11. It was like ridiculous. I swear to God, like I felt all of the moisture out of my body just leave. I've never been so sweaty in my entire life. It felt good, don't get me wrong, but like, oh my God.
It was not long ago that lava was frequently and fiercely erupting
I've never
from
seen
Death
this
Mountain.
before.
These days, the mountain seems to have quieted, though. I've heard stories that ancient Gorons built dwellings far down in the depths of the mountain. I wonder if this is similar to how the mountain looked back then.
Ah, yeah, maybe. So I just wanted to pay attention to Zelda there, and really just wanted to make sure that like everything that I wanted to really get what that memory was saying. Anyways, ignore what's happening on screen right now. Let's go get the next Zelda memory. It should be like right over here. We're gonna do the upper right of the map. Look, he's fine. He was just relaxing.
No one actually knows what happened here at the Shadow Hamlet during the Calamity.
Oh, wow,
They
that's
were a
mysterious.
very isolated village, and they liked it that way. They even turned me away when I came to warn them about the Calamity.
Oh.
I wonder if this place would be more than ruins if I had tried harder to get them to listen.
Very small village. I mean, there's what, 1, 2, and I think there's actually like some more ruins to the north. Yeah, up here too. Yeah, very small spot. They didn't listen. That makes sense because, you know, even if you have a warning about anything, tornadoes included, it's really hard to get people to do literally anything. Even if you're like, this will kill you. I do love how this is referencing a lot of the Calamity. This is something that I think a lot of people desperately wanted, including me, and it's pretty satisfying. All right, so this is the Spring of Power. I'm interested to see what Zelda says here because, you know, remember in Breath of the Wild, she couldn't get her power to work and she would constantly pray at these places.
Though the Spring of Power remains, it has been neglected and fallen into ruin. I imagine many see power as a symbol of the Demon King and thus avoid the spring. But there is a misunderstanding there. Power itself is neither inherently evil nor good. It is the individual wielding that power that defines it.
Dude, I like that a lot. Yeah, people were afraid of the Power Spring because of Ganondorf. But I do like how it has at least some nuance of like, hey, if you do wield like the Power Triforce, it's not inherently yahaha. You know what I'm saying? It could be more like, yay, if you actually treat it right. I hope that makes sense, guys. The thing about like Zelda games and stuff is that there's rarely any nuance. It's normally like pretty cut and dry, like, oh, they're bad guy because they are bad and they want to do stuff and you want to stop them, which is fair. Zelda's not promising to be anything more than that, but I do like that they're adding some nuance here to it of like, hey, you know, even if you have like the Triforce of Power, it doesn't mean it inherently corrupts you. It's just you as a person, the way that you wield the power is what determines whether or not it's good or bad. Same thing with wisdom and courage. I'm assuming like there's some nuance there of like courage can make you reckless, or wisdom can make you impersonable.
Apparently, East Arkula Stable got its start when the Stable Association used scrap wood left over from other stables to construct a shelter for people whose homes had burned down. The kitchen prepared steamed buns for the people then, and the recipe has since become a signature meal here.
Interesting. I'm also like, the Stable Association is an interesting, I don't, maybe I'm wrong here. I don't remember that being a thing in Tears and Breath of the Wild too much. So it's kind of cool that there is that invisible like Stable Association being behind all of this. It's kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like that.
The Arkula Ancient Tech Lab was originally a lighthouse Guardians destroyed. Apparently, Pura and Robbie later converted it into a lab. They claim its proximity to ruins is why they chose this
Used to be a
place.
lighthouse.
But I think the real reason they settled here was to discourage visitors. Their research was dangerous after all.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that makes sense. It's pretty remote. It used to be an ancient lighthouse. That was more like a windmill, but I guess this was added afterwards. And it does make sense that it would be a lighthouse because this is, you know, the cliffs.
Terrytown, a village that brought all the peoples of Hyrule together. Hudson is the driving force behind its founding, though they say Link played a role as well. This place, where Hylians, Rito, Goron, Zora, and Gerudo all live together in peace, is a model of the world I hope to see in the future.
It's nice. One of the reasons why we all like Terrytown here. I did like the expansion of Terrytown in Tears of the Kingdom. Also, you being able to build your own stuff is great. Like your own house. I like that a lot. That was pretty cool.
Hudson Construction. It seems Hudson is rarely in the shop as he is busy recruiting workers for the restoration efforts. I hear he is expecting a child soon, and though he is a reserved man, I can see his quiet excitement.
We have a timeline on when these memories were like quote created, right? Obviously, this is like I think immediately after the events of Breath of the Wild, because that's when Hudson was choosing to have a child with Ronson. It's pretty much like immediately after Breath of the Wild, maybe like a year or so. But we know that Tears of the Kingdom takes place about 7 years after or something like that. Yeah, what? There's a memory of this guy? Why?
They say Hudson Construction adopted the name policy from its predecessor, Bolson Construction. All employees must have a name that ends in son.
That's a crazy requirement.
Technically one exception, though. A man named Haggy supposedly introduced himself as Haggy's son in his interview, which Hudson mistook for Haggy's son.
Yeah, that's funny. I'm Haggy's son. Oh, Haggy's son. Whoa. You're hired. That's funny. That's actually, this is funny.
This track facilitates transit from the village to the work area. It is not a complex creation, relying on the height difference to send the rope and pulley down the rails. However,
it looks pretty complex.
It is only one way, so a person would have to walk back along the perimeter to reach the village. I wonder if Sheikah technology could improve this.
But okay, pause. But there's none left. Aside from like the Pura pad, like it probably could, but they all disappeared, Zelda. I guess there's like some Pura stuff. Yeah. I guess there's some ancient blades. Yeah, the towers are Sheikah tech. Okay, I stand corrected, but what tech? It's all gone too. Wait, all right, this is another guy? No, it's just the workshop.
Apparently, when the water levels in Torin wetland receded and solid ground emerged, Hudson Construction decided to build a workspace here. That workspace has come to be the main site for producing the building materials used in our restoration efforts. I'm excited to see how this place flourishes.
I love that. Yeah, it's pretty great. The swamp's gone and now they can actually build here. And it's more of a place for Terrytown.
Torin wetland was once littered with the broken remains of countless guardians, though there are no longer any traces of them. I imagine the wetlands reduced the guardians' mobility, making it impossible for them to avoid each other's attacks. No doubt Akala owes thanks to the quick thinking of soldiers from the Citadel for this. If the Guardians hadn't been so hindered, the Akala region would have suffered more damage.
Yeah, so the wetlands, honestly, the Citadel was like one of the last bastions of like actual hope. Shout out to Age of Calamity for knowing that. So it's kind of cool to know that one of the reasons why it survived at all was because of the wetlands themselves. Yeah, Guardians stuck in the mud for today.
South Akala Stable. Many Guardians swept through this area, and though the building was destroyed, the workers were all able to get to safety. No doubt that is thanks to the soldiers of Akala Citadel buying them time. But now the Stable Association
How did you pronounce that?
rebuilt the stable, and you can hardly see any traces of the past destruction.
Wait, go back. Wait, no. Akala. What?
South Akala Stable.
Akala. That's so weird. We've all been saying it wrong. It's not Akala or Akala. What?
South Akala Stable.
Akala.
South Akala
So
Stable.
weird.
We thought Akala Citadel impregnable, but the battle here proved it was anything but. We must carry the lessons learned from this battle forward with us. I vow to honor the sacrifices of those who died here. I will work tirelessly to restore Hyrule and to create a peaceful future for its people.
Yeah, it's literally like insane that they built this thing. And it's also insane that, it became like a bastion of enemies. That's pretty cool. I really like the Akala Citadel lore.
Stables are a treasure trove of information and a great place to find members of the research team. Though we've only just begun our work, we've already received research reports from every region. As we continue working, I should ensure they know how to defend themselves. Exploring the unknown can be dangerous after all.
Nice. Looks like a lot of their recruitment for research teams were done through stables. Just a good spot to find people, which isn't bad. Easy place for manpower and just ideas to spread. Yeah, that makes sense. Pretty cool.
This was previously the trailhead for Death Mountain, but the path has collapsed and monsters have descended on the area, scaring
look at
off
that.
most of the travelers.
Yep.
If Daruk were here, I'm sure he'd clear out any opposition in no time. Assuming there are no dogs among them.
There's no dogs among them because Daruk has that dog in him. Also, that is a reference to a Breath of the Wild memory. He is scared of dogs. I don't know if you guys remember that. Yeah, Daruk must be scared of me because I got that dog in me.
This area used to be covered in lava and was largely unapproachable, but now that the volcanic eruptions have subsided, even Hylians can come here without taking fire resistance measures. Thus, the new path. I've heard there are even plans for new shops along the road. This place is about to see some significant changes.
That's true. There's a lot of market that have appeared. A lot of rock roast stuff too.
The stable association that came up with the plan for a well at every stable. It makes perfect sense to have access to clean water stores, but an additional aspect of the plan was for the well to serve as a shelter for the people in case of emergency. It is hard to forget the stories of rampaging guardians, their attacks scorching the land.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It's like you know, with like nukes and stuff, right? Like, oh, maybe the advent of that nuclear fallout shelters are like a huge thing, or just like preventative measures, or like people's fears. That's cool that like we're getting like the insight of actual, things affecting the world.
The ruins of Goponga village. The people who lived here raised many horses. They used the unique terrain here as a stable, but it has been so ravaged by monsters now that it's virtually unrecognizable.
Oh, this used to be a stable.
Considering their skilled horsemanship, I want to believe everyone was able to flee on horseback.
That's optimistic of you. I don't think that happened. Zelda, kindly, I don't think that happened, but it is, I like your optimism there. It's right here for the memory. Yeah, with these, remember these going up to
the Zora
Breath of the Wild?
created these stone monuments, and while they once were engraved with the words of King Dorephan,
Yep.
they now bear those of Sidon. He has written of the
He
battle
just rode
against
over
the
them,
divine
yeah.
beast when he allowed Link to ride on his back. That really shows how completely he trusts Link. It is rare for a Zora to let anyone on their backs after all.
I didn't know that was rare. It makes sense. Good to know. It is funny that Sidon's like, you know what, King Dorephan? Actually, my words are more important here. And Dorephan's not dead, but like still. Like, just like, actually, you know what? Let me put this here. Let me regale the events.
Thanks to their long lifespans, many Zora here in Zora's domain still remember the events of the calamity and Mipha's part in all of it 100 years ago. I do not think I will be welcomed, but it is my duty to tell them what happened to her in the end.
Sad. Oh, it's actually sad, especially since Mipha, had a little crush on Link with it. And yeah, actually, that's really cool to hear that there is some resentment of what happened 100 years ago, because had Zelda actually awakened her power, then the calamity pretty much wouldn't have happened as the way it did. So yeah, there is some resentment with the Zora there, and she did let them know that what happened. That's cool. I like that a lot. That has some additional dynamics.
100 years ago, a statue was made to celebrate Mipha, the Zora champion. It is now a memorial to her sacrifice. Apparently, it is thanks to Sidon that it stands where it does. It was he who proposed it be relocated to a place with a wonderful view.
And he did, all the way up here at Shatterback Point, where the Lionel used to be. I still love that they did that, where it's not like they just overrode it, but it's they moved it to a better place.
I have heard that an important part of the process of crafting Zora armor is a prayer for the safety of a loved one. Apparently, Mipha often came to this place to work on armor she made for Link.
Aww.
However, in the end, she left the armor with King Dorephan. Perhaps she knew she would not be able to hand it to Link herself.
Okay, I'm crying. Excuse me. I love Mipha. That's so sad. She made him armor specifically and prayed for him. Oh my god. And then she knew that she wouldn't be able to, and then she died.
Waterbeds. I had only mentioned it in passing to the proprietor.
Wait, these are
100
water
years
beds?
ago, so it was quite a shock to see the fanciful notion brought to life. And laying in one feels just as I imagined, like floating in a lake. I hear travelers enjoy the beds, but even more surprising, so do the Zora.
I didn't know these were water beds. That makes sense. That actually makes a lot of sense for the Zora. Yeah, no, actually, I'm down with that. That's really funny, though.
With Link accompanying me, I told the gathered Zora of Mipha's fate. The throne room was filled with sobs and angry shouts.
No.
But King Dorephan quieted everyone when he spoke, offering a simple, soft thank you. His words felt like he was giving me permission, even telling me to move on, to not be held prisoner to the past.
Oh, no. Oh, that's actually so sad. Oh, that hurts. Okay, that's actually like really sad. Okay, damn. And shout out to King Dorephan for being like, yo, we know it's not your fault. Like, you did your best, Zelda, trying to awaken your power. Wow. Oh my god, that hits. Oof.
The pristine sanctum is part of the traditions a retiring Zora king follows upon abdicating their title. It is said that many generations of kings have cleansed their bodies in the pristine waters here, as well as offering one of their scales to this throne. In so doing, they symbolically abandoned the earthly world.
Interesting. I mean, that's how we get the Zora King scale for the actual water temple. Good to know that there's some additional context here of like why this thing exists. It was just kind of like a little weird in Tears of the Kingdom that it's like, oh, he's there, he's underneath, and it's like, what is this place?
I'm sure that you love the view of the village from here, don't you, Mifa? I shared your final words with King Dorofan, you know. He told me, thank you, but I should be the one offering my thanks. And I do. I offer them to you. Thank you, Mifa. I wish only that we had more time together.
Me after listening to that. Oh God! Wow. Okay. That's actually so sad. Oh my God. Yeah. I wish you guys got more time together. She's just atoning, saying sorry. But it's nice that like it kind of shows that like she has to. You know, that's all you can do. You have to move on. Like damn though. Oh my God.
In order to prevent the damage a flooding river would cause, the Zora people and the Kingdom of Hyrule worked together to build this reservoir.
Ah.
In fact, though they were only amicable toward each other before the project, it was the act of building this that formed a true friendship between the Zora and the Kingdom of Hyrule.
Now that's some lore that I like. Okay. So where things began, how things happened, and then how it affected the people surrounding it. That's pretty cool. I'm with that. That's some good lore. Are they going to reference the flowers here?
The Floret Sandbar.
Oh my God, they are.
Who cultivates flowers here inspired me to create a place where flowers from all over Hyrule could bloom together. Though I was able to borrow tools from a stable, I am not adept at this kind of work. The dirt has gotten everywhere. Still, I must focus. Silent Princess, Blue Nightshade, Mighty Thistle. What next?
That's fun. Yeah, okay, so that's a cool explanation for why Magna was like, don't step on the flowers, please. And then now like a sort of like memory of that. I'm with it. Because there's a special connection there.
There are beautiful fish with a unique patterning living in the waters beneath the falls. They must be the ornamental fish Sheikah researchers worked tirelessly to breed here 100 years ago. Their efforts were certainly hindered by the calamity, but it doesn't surprise me that the Sheikah would still find a way to finish their work.
Oh yeah, I love that. That's how the carp got their patterns, like actual Japanese carp, tirelessly breeding them over and over and over again to get the perfect pattern.
I came here to visit a friend that I had not seen in 100 years.
Impa!
She had been an advisor to the royal family, and following the calamity, she became the leader of this village while awaiting my return. The relief on her face when she saw me. We talked for hours and hours, trying to make up for all the time we'd lost.
So they did catch up. That's obviously implied, but like really good to know. Wait, that's kind of sweet. I love that. This is actually, you know what I love so much about this actually? This doesn't feel like a more to Tears of the Kingdom. This doesn't. This feels like more of a conclusion to Breath of the Wild. I mean, obviously it's because this is like, these take place after Breath of the Wild and before Tears of the Kingdom, but it feels like more Breath of the Wild closure. This makes me enjoy Breath of the Wild more than it makes me enjoy Tears of the Kingdom, and I love that. Like, it's a really good epilogue for Zelda's character, and I'm liking it.
The house where Coco lives. She picked such an abundance of flowers for me that we decided
I remember
to make
this
garlands
quest
with them. She said she would teach her little sister Kotla how to make them as well. Seeing her work so hard stirred memories of when Mother taught me how to weave garlands together, though I found it very difficult at first and may have even cried in frustration.
Once again, Zelda Mom mentioned they used to make garlands together when they were younger. Tell me more about your mother. Zelda, tell me more. She seems like a great woman.
A garden for growing plums. 100 years ago,
plums.
Impa planted a plum tree here to celebrate a child's birth.
My parents had plums.
It really has grown into something beautiful since that time. The care Melly has put into maintaining this place is clear to see. Now that I think of it, could she be?
Melly is probably Impa's daughter. That's what that is, actually. Or like a child. Open to interpretation.
A local guardian. It has long been believed that frogs bring good luck.
That's not a guardian.
In fact, they have spiritual significance for the Sheikah. For my part, I pray not only that the land of Hyrule be restored, but that we can then continue to work together and achieve great things.
Yeah. Really funny though. That's, guys, I don't think that looks like a guardian.
Kakariko Village. The Sheikah that live here are quite peaceful, but that does not mean they are unwilling or unable to defend themselves. I would not be surprised if this village avoided the worst of the calamity, because any monsters that threatened it were summarily dealt with by the villagers themselves.
That's one of the things that you can see specifically during like the Hateno attacks in Fort Hateno. A lot of the Sheikah were helping there. I mean, obviously it's to the south, right? So you can see the proximity there, but they were dealt with swiftly. If a guardian is one of those things that took down that entire like army encampment, one guardian, I might have also misinterpreted that, but regardless, holy dude, like Yeah, the Sheikah or something. They are built different.
It seems the great fairy Kotera no longer lives here. I have
Yep.
heard that the only truly appropriate offering to her was rupees. And
She was
after the
greedy,
villagers
yeah.
started offering vegetables, thinking that would suffice, Kotera quickly grew weak.
What?
She was too considerate of the villagers' feelings to say anything, though.
Oh, okay. So wait, what? Okay, my interpretation of Breath of the Wild is that she needed rupees because she was just like kind of greedy, you know? Turns out she actually needs rupees to like, yeah, to survive. Yeah, that's why she was in hibernation, you know? And then they just tried to feed her vegetables, but she felt too bad. She didn't want to like be like, oh, the poor villagers, give me a tithe, right? So then she just kind of grew weak. Yeah, some cool, great fairy lore there. Yeah, I'll take it. Also, she hated veggies.
Long ago, I was too scared to enter the Spring of Courage.
Makes sense.
Not even just as a child, though then I could at least blame the intimidating message on the stone statue. Those who lack courage will be eaten by a dragon. But even as an adult, I always worried that I wasn't brave enough. Today, I think I can investigate every corner of this place without fear.
And fear, if you know, fear you conquered because you didn't get eaten by a dragon. Oof. Who's gonna tell her? Instead of getting eaten by one, you kind of became one. Too soon?
Many people evacuated from the town around Hyrule Castle, but less than half of them made it from there to this point. And even then, as they saw the Guardians appear
Wow.
before the dueling peaks,
Holy
they thought
massacre.
they were done for. Thankfully, these brave souls were here to protect them. I pray they found peace at last.
Oh, that's metal. Wow. Yeah, a lot of people were massacred on their way out of Hyrule Castle, making it to Hateno. There were some soldiers to help them, but geez. It's obvious. This is stuff we've known because there weren't anybody in Breath of the Wild, but still. Oof.
The dueling peaks. I shudder to think of what would have happened if Link hadn't led everyone here. The steep terrain gave us some protection and plenty of places to hide from the Guardians. Many lives were saved, including my own. I was always being protected back then.
Oh, yeah. That do be like that. So it was Link who brought everybody who was fleeing from Hyrule Castle towards here. And then I guess, well, we know from the final memory of Breath of the Wild, the secret memory, you know, the last memory, that is, well, where he fell.
Dueling Peak Stable is one of the newly established stables, considering this whole area was devastated by the calamity and completely overrun by Guardians. It's a good thing there was not a stable here before.
Yep, that makes sense. Yep, it was a good thing because otherwise, pretty rough.
The Blattery Plain. Many soldiers lost their lives here when Guardians rampaged through the area. Now numerous swords throughout the field mark their graves. I passed by so many as I made my way here. It is our duty to never forget them, nor the sacrifice they made.
Yeah, or Link's sacrifice. Man, pretty much died for this. So yeah, pretty fair there.
Though some believe a miracle occurred here at Fort Hateno, the truth is less divine. We were all saved thanks to the soldiers, including Link, who chose to risk their lives here, though they would not have had to do so if my power had
Oh,
awakened
no, Zelda,
sooner.
it's fine.
Regardless, I pray their spirits were comforted by Goddess Hylia.
I will say this. That's true. There's like a final stand kind of here. And in Age of Calamity, this was such an epic battle. Also, Zelda, you saved them. What do you mean? Oh, it was because of Link. No, girl, your power like activated during this time. Come on. What's going on, girl?
I always feel at home when I am in Hateno Village. The smells of well-tended soil and freshly cut grass. The refreshing breeze coming off Mount Lanayru washing over
Yeah,
me. The
seems
sound
great.
of children at play in the village. I am so glad to see life slowly returning to normal here.
Yeah, and then a little bit more mushroomy. You know how it is. I do love Hateno Village. I think it's my second favorite village in Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom. First favorite being Lurelin. Love that. I love Lurelin so much. Yeah, the
People have
rumored
time to consider
fashionista.
and enjoy fashion is a sure sign that life is returning to normal in
true.
Hyrule. I'm sure much of the credit for the interest in fashion is thanks to Cece's determination and inspiration. I hear the idea for the mushroom pattern came to her when she visited Terrytown in Akala.
Really interesting. That is a sign of things going well when you can actually appreciate other things besides survival. That's great. This is great.
Kochi Dye Shop here in Hateno Village specializes in dyes. The owner, Sage, stuck his own head into his dyeing machine and turned his trademark red hair black. Apparently it happened while he was working on an idea he got from some drawings his son Safaro made. I must admit, I am intrigued with what he's up to.
Oh, that's really fun, actually. I love that. Just died and going into his died shop. This is where the old statue used to be. Yeah, the strange horde statue. Yeah.
It suddenly spoke to me, calling itself a dealer in life and power, and I felt an overwhelming sensation, like my life was being drained away. But just as suddenly, a bolt of lightning struck the statue, toppling it into the water. That feeling, I do not think the statue had good intentions. It is best left submerged.
That's interesting. Oh, that's really cool. It's not in the water though. So that's what? Huh? Okay. I mean, that's why it's gone. So this happened where she went to Hateno and the statue disappeared, fell into the water, but it's not here in the water because it's actually in Lookout Landing. So there's two things. Either it could be divine that the statue moved there with the lightning, fell into the water and disappeared, or somebody picked it up like Pyrrha and moved it underneath to the bunker. That's cool. That's literally reason why it moved, rather than just being like, it's changed because new game. I mean, specifically too, like the reason that happened only when Zelda talked to it, and it maybe some lightning called. I don't know. I like this. It's just cool to think about. Maybe it happened because of the combination, like two magnets together.
This room feels a little lonely, so I've decided to decorate it with pictures of the people and places I encountered on my travels, and also with the memories of my dearest friends.
Aw. Like you can see Zelda's horse, right? The golden horse. And then Magda, right? From flower girl, right? Which we already got the memory for, and that's kind of cute because she mentioned helping Magda create the flower garden post Breath of the Wild. And then these are the guys that eat the luminous stones and give you different materials.
While we were digging a well, I came upon a hidden room. It may have been connected to the main building at one time, but it seems it was forgotten as years passed. Still, it could be used again, with a little work on the more decayed areas. I imagine something precious was once stored in that treasure chest. What could I put there?
Man, what could she put there? That's really cute. I'm gonna put a singular hair tie. This is obviously, in case you don't know, his hairstyle in Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild. Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild.
I pray that as the restoration work continues, Hateno School will become a place where children can find many paths toward their futures, that it will shine as a beacon of hope for generations to come.
Yes, Zelda, we love education. Hell yeah. No, but like for real though, like we love that. So thank you, Zelda. Appreciate you.
I will forever associate Hateno pasture with the meal I had here 100 years ago. However, when I returned recently and inquired after the recipe, no one seemed to know what I was referring to. Could that unforgettable dish be lost to time?
Is that a pizza reference? Or is it specifically a Hateno cheese reference? Like imagine having like the best za of your life and then finding out that the place is closed. Relatable. Me. Dude, one of the best places I ever went for shabu shabu, right? Like hot pot. Kid you not. I always went there. It was actually like a 30-minute drive. It was pretty far, but I would go there often. It was great. And it was really cheap too. Like ridiculous. Like you get a whole, like all you can eat hot pot for like 15 bucks. It was like, that's crazy. And the place just was like empty. So it was just a really nice place to go. Like when I was done with school or like, just want to relax. Turns out later it was, I came back after college. The place was closed. Now, there were signs of why it was closed. First off, it was $15 all you can eat shabu shabu. Insane, okay? Second off, nobody was there. So I think I probably kept that place kind of afloat for a bit there. But yeah, I'll never have that again.
It seems that when the calamity was
one of the only
defeated,
places
all
with
of the ancient
guardians.
relics here at the Hateno Ancient Tech Lab turned to dust and disappeared. All that remains are replicas of the originals. And with those gone, these are even more valuable.
Oh.
They will doubtlessly help tell future generations
Oh,
of the history
okay.
of Hyrule.
Okay, interesting. So that makes sense why there's guardians and there's like, well, there's one guardian in Hateno and there's one guardian like here. They're replicas. They're not the actual Shikatech guardians. These are just replicas. And the other ones like turn to dust after the events of the calamity. Also, hi, Nature. How's it going? What's going on, girl? I don't know how much I like this explanation because this looks pretty identical to, I guess it is a replica. The replica looks old, but I guess if they made the replica of the guardian 100 years ago, I don't know. So that's like extra context for why this guardian still exists when everything disappeared. It's kind of hand wavy, but I'll take it. I'm glad they talked about it. Do you guys see that down there? It's kind of hard if you make it out. But that's the bar. All right, this is the tech lab stuff though. Is this, where is this specifically? Is this on top?
Guidance activating. Proceed upward.
Here it is. Okay. I do like the proceed upward though. I think it's really funny. Like you're never gonna get that in a GPS if you're like actual like Google Maps. Turn left at the 405 and then go upwards. Huh?
Pura has used the blackboard in her room to write out the details of how she reversed her physical age. I still can't believe she got the idea from sheep's fat. Regardless, it
What?
seems she quickly got bored of her childhood form. It is amusing that, despite 100 years passing and Pura growing old, then young, then a little older, she hasn't changed in at least one way. She will become obsessive about something, yet grow tired of it quickly.
Yeah, okay, we'll take it. So, guys, you heard it here first. If you want to stop aging, eat sheep fat. Yeah, just do that. Yeah, exactly. I think everyone is tired about the whole, like, well, it's a child, but, like, actually, she's 100 years old. I do really like Pura, though. Like, the character. I think she's actually, like, pretty well fleshed out and, like, fun and, like, a little bit quirky. I think that's a really funny joke, too. I'm like, yeah, it had something to do with sheep's fat. No one still knows. Although I will say in a world building context, if there's anti-aging technology and stuff, like that has insane implications for everything here. Maybe that's why Impa is so still alive, I guess. I think still alive is probably, yeah, we'll take that as the bar. So it's, guys, it's not the birds, it's the sheep. The sheep are the ones with the anti-aging technology.
Even though 100 years have passed and so many things have happened, this place hasn't changed a bit. Its enduring nature has shown me that it's all right not to force change.
That's growth from Breath of the Wild. It's growth. Because, like, she's trying to force herself to change so she can use her powers. But, hey, maybe that's not so... Maybe just be yourself. Good character development there. We love it. We love it.
The last time I descended this mountain, the powers I had inherited were still beyond my grasp. The calamity was soon to come, with all its despair and destruction. But now, thanks to the flame of hope kept alive by the champions, by Link, I can do my utmost for everyone.
Hey, and she did, honestly. She did. She kind of killed it, not gonna lie.
Highland Stable. Horseback archery was very popular before the calamity, though it appears interest has waned in modern times. Instead, there is considerable effort being made to teach travelers how to handle horse-drawn wagons, and more importantly, how to care for the horses that pull them.
I love it. I love it. So this is like a equestrian center of Hyrule. Shoutouts to Zelda, certified horse girl. Hey, I'm just saying, all I'm saying, and here's a deep cut reference, if Zelda was in the Magic the Gathering, she would be building horsemanship.
Lakeside Stable is the closest stable to where I first discovered the creatures I have named Dondons. I found them deep in the jungle, and I knew I had to do what I could to protect them. I believe they use the rock-like bumps on their backs as a way to conceal themselves, but that is all I have learned so far. I think I will spend some more time observing them.
Did you, wait, what, did you not... I mean, they're really cute. I like the Dondons a lot. I wish there were more in the game. It seemed like this is just, I mean, this is the only place you can find them. There's one small quest where you feed them things, but like, actually, it's not even that much of a quest. I wish there was kind of more with the Dondons.
There was a time when Tuft Mountain was famous for binding two people's destinies together. However, that legacy seems to have been forgotten as time passed. Standing here, taking in the magnificent scenery, I feel all my worries melting away, like how a setting sun slowly melts into the horizon.
Insane timing. Beautiful. Cinema. And it binds two people together. We know this from Breath of the Wild, right here. The Heart Lake.
I have heard stories about a heart-shaped pond, known as the Lover's Pond. I am almost certain it wasn't here before, although this place was once thought of as the wish-making mountain, and I hear many people would visit. Perhaps all their wishes manifested as the pond. Some may laugh at this idea, but I think I like it.
I like that idea too. That's my headcanon. I'm with you, Zelda. I'm with you.
Lurelin Village was once a small fishing center, but apparently the rise in monsters has driven many of the villagers away from fishing. Now it hosts travelers, attracting them as a sort of resort with its beautiful scenery and delicious food. The village may have changed, but its people are some of the warmest I know. I feel a wonderful
I would
calm visiting
vacation here. Oh my god. It's great. Plus, like, they're actively making it a resort, which is kind of, I also love that too. It's like, yeah, this could make a great resort. Hey, Zelda, guess what?
I was amazed at the delicious food I was treated to by the fantastic cook here. It seems she traveled far and wide in Hyrule, gathering an incredible 228 recipes before getting married and settling down.
Holy!
I suggested she open a restaurant, and while she seemed to laugh at the idea, I saw a quiet pride at the compliment.
Is that how many recipes are in Tears of the Kingdom? Also, I didn't restore the village, and it got destroyed by pirates. Oh, whoopsies.
It seems they turned an abandoned ship hull into a house, even using palm trees to hold the ship in place. It has become something of a local landmark, as well as a place for guests to stay. Considering its size, it really does make sense they would use it as an inn.
That's a cool aesthetic that I loved in this too.
The goddess statue in Lurelin village is now worshipped as the guardian of the ocean. I believe it used to be thought of as the guardian of fishing, but it seems that as the number of fishers shrank here, the role of the goddess statue has changed along with the village itself. Not everyone can adapt to the changes that life brings. There is much we can learn from the people of this village.
I like it. Yeah, it's not a fishing god. It is the goddess. Which goddess of change?
When the head of Lurelin village asked me how he might raise awareness about his village, I immediately thought of this place. Corne Beach has such long stretches of sand, and it's free of coral reefs. I thought perhaps some sort of playground that incorporates the ocean would be a wonderful addition. But no, it really is an outlandish idea. I couldn't even bring myself to suggest it.
The good news is that if you actually do complete like Lurelin village restoration and everything, they actually move you to start building the resort. And so like what she wants, yeah, you can actually build the resort here that Zelda really wanted, which is kind of great. I'm not gonna lie.
Cape Cressia was once known as the Demon King's Claw, and many villagers feared this place. But the name has fallen out of use as time has passed. I myself have walked the length of this area, and I didn't feel anything particularly evil about it. Probably another reason the name is largely unused today. I wonder where the name originated from.
Could be any reason. Man, I wonder. Maybe it happens when he's just, you know, could be literally any reason.
100 years ago, Eventide Island was filled with monsters and impossible to safely approach. Link came along to protect me, but he suddenly covered his eyes the moment we landed. Fortunately, it seems all the monsters vanished with the calamity. Regardless, when I asked him what he was doing, he said the last time he was here, he had been stripped of all his possessions when he arrived. He could have mentioned that possibility before I set foot on the shore.
That's my favorite. Oh yeah, no, that's it. Just imagine it's like poof. I'm so sorry, Zelda. But my question is, why did he cover his eyes? Oh, because he was respecting her. I was like, he covered his eyes instead of his. That's okay. I like that. That's good. That's good. He wanted to be polite. Wait, I love that Eventide reference so much. Yeah, okay. By far, I think my favorite memory. That one's really good.
It is critical that we repair Hyrule's roads and bridges. Unfortunately, despite the efforts of Hudson Construction and the Stable Association, we lack the labor to tackle this task. We are blessed with abundant resources, however, so we've established material caches dedicated to the rebuilding efforts and made them freely available.
That makes sense why they're all around. It's like, hey, if you want to build something, you can go for it. You know what? We love subsidized building in Hyrule, especially in a post-apocalyptic zone. Let's go.
The ruins of Mabe Village.
Mabe.
It was the farm closest to the castle, and I would often visit it incognito. They always shared far more food than I could possibly eat, and I remember that they treated their animals like members of their family.
Aww.
I imagine no one here fled alone when the time came.
Like, I mean, they obviously would bring all of their animals and stuff with them, but that's very sad because we don't know if they made it out or not.
The Hyrule Garrison ruins. As with other fortified locations, many guardians attacked this place.
Yep.
However, it is likely most of the soldiers normally stationed here had already been deployed to other regions. Those few who remained fought bravely, though they were certainly ill-equipped to deal with such deadly foes.
Okay, so I mean that makes sense. Like the garrison was like emptied before the rest of Hyrule because these were deployed to other villages and regions before they could do anything.
Previous archaeological investigations discovered a single ancient spear within this decaying tree trunk. It has stirred up spirited discussion among many researchers, but little additional information has been revealed, despite their piqued interest.
I know the Fierce Deity armor can be found in here. I think it is. But what is... This is an Ocarina of Time reference. Ganon's spear in the Deku Tree's corpse. Oh, this is the... Oh! Thank you, New Blood Moon, for that lore there. I did not know that. Yeah, the Great Plateau. I want to know more about this. What happened? Like,
the Great Plateau has been filled with dirt and rocks.
Be built.
Certainly some of this damage was caused by the Guardians' invasion, but some of the debris looks to have been placed deliberately. I imagine the intention was to keep as many monsters as possible from reaching the Great Plateau, where Link recovered in the Shrine of Resurrection. But how am I supposed to reach the Great Plateau now?
I like that. That's cool. Yeah, the reason for no easy access to the Great Plateau, blocked rocks, and also a moat here is so Link could heal for Breath of the Wild.
This area was once alive and bustling with activity. There were several inns nearby, and the roads were busy with soldiers from the local garrison or travelers heading for the Temple of Time. Nowadays, only the wind moves through this place. I pray everyone who passed through here has found peace with Goddess Hylia.
Oh. Sad. Aw.
There are several ancient texts and works of literature that speak of the Temple of Time by name, but all of them describe a structure that differs in design from the one we see today. Hyrule's history is long, and this discrepancy is one of the unsolved mysteries of our land.
Okay, I'm glad they mentioned that because there are two temples of time. There's the Temple of Time ruins, right? And then there's the Temple of Time, right? It's like, there's some differences here. But I'm also confused. No. Actually, did we not know that the Temple of Time existed up here in the sky this entire time? Like, where did that come from? Did they move there? Like, what's the... Wait, actually, that one gives me more questions.
When I last visited this mountain hut 100 years ago, I did not realize who the owner was. Now that I do, it explains why
His
Father
dad,
looked so
or her dad.
troubled, even sad, when I described the building as shabby and in need of demolition.
No.
How could I have guessed it was his own little retreat? Though, looking at it now, oh, Father, did you build this yourself?
Oh, no. And she never got to say goodbye to him. I think that has to be my second favorite memory outside of the Eventide so far. I don't know. That it just makes the place feel a little bit more loved. Ah, yes.
Father's
It's
grave.
rock.
I heard
Oh.
that stacking these rocks was the best that could be done for him. Well, they could not have picked a better place. That he will rest here, forever looking out over Hyrule. Mother, Father, though the land is still littered with ruins, I promise you that I will restore it. Please, watch over me as I do.
I don't know if I ever knew this as his grave. I might have at some point. I've been calling it this rock for years now. Oh, I mean, it makes sense now that the Royal Claymore is here too, because that was the weapon of choice for the king. Oh.
It was here, in the Shrine of Resurrection, that ancient Sheikah technology preserved Link's life.
Yes.
I was able to clearly sense when he woke from his 100-year slumber, and I am so happy that my voice could reach him.
I guess this also makes sense of like, this is what the chamber looks like if all of the Sheikah technology like returned to dust. So that makes a little bit more sense. You know, like they built the actual Sheikah technology over this hot spring. So then Link would, you know, be resurrected. Normally in the game, when you go into a hot spring, the hearts go up. It's kind of cool. So that's how they actually like brought him, not back to life, but like revived him out of the coma. That's something that's not added to this, but something I noticed now, at least a little bit more of a appreciation of the game.
Hopper Pond used to be filled with hot-footed frogs. Perhaps the monsters have driven them away? In any case, this is the place I finally managed to catch one. I was incredibly excited, and I tried to show Link, but he kept flinching and backing away from me.
Wait, so Link doesn't like frogs? I'm trying to remember what the reference is here. She tried to feed him one. Yeah, it's in the Breath of the Wild cuts. I gotta rewatch the cutscenes.
This stable is called Outskirt Stable, but the Gerudo apparently refer to it as the Meetup Stable. Abosa told me that this is where many Vi see Vo for the first time.
Oh!
Perhaps the stable master knows this, and that's why a map to Cherry Blossoms, quite the romantic setting, is on display.
Oh, okay. Oh, damn. It is an inn as well. Just putting that out there, you know, just, whoa. The meetup stable, Hyrulean Tinder.
The dried rock face of the entrance to Gerudo Canyon shows how little rain this region gets. While it may not be so perilously hot as to require advanced elixirs, the sweltering air does strike you the moment you set foot here, and it serves as a warning of the rugged desert ahead.
A little travel, weather report here.
This is where divine beast Varnaboris was found. According to the Gerudo champion Urbosa, controlling the divine beast was similar in practice to how she controlled lightning.
Interesting.
Both required considerable force of will. With the divine beast, it was much, much more difficult.
I didn't know that. This is where they found Varnaboris with divine beast. Okay. It already has the, similar powers to that of Urbosa, and that's why that makes sense. I want to know where they unearthed the other ones, though.
I finally get to see all these amazing sights you saw, Urbosa. I wish that it hadn't cost what it did. But thanks to the things you and everyone else taught me, and the time we spent together, I can move forward with my head held high. Thanks to you. I am going to be okay. Could you tell my mother that for me, please?
No, not to tell my mother because she's also dead. That's adorable. Aw, I mean, maybe, I mean, Urbosa was kind of like a pseudo mothery figure for Zelda when she was learning and trying to gain her powers. Probably why she mentioned it like that.
South Lome Labyrinth is one of 3 ruins in Hyrule that have been named after Lome. Each are incredibly complex in design and present harsh environments, which make them very difficult to explore.
Lome?
That said, they may contain important ancient relics, so it would be best to send out a dedicated survey team here.
That's true. And it does. It does. Relics that you can get in Breath of the Wild. What is Lome? Yeah. Named after Lome, but I don't know. South Lome Labyrinth. Wait, are the other labyrinths also Lome? Yeah, Lome Labyrinth Island. Oh, God, I have so many more questions. It's my guy, Lome. Dude. You're so right, though.
There have been reports of monsters in the well here at Gerudo Canyon Stable, and though we have sealed the entrance of their den with rocks, I doubt that is a permanent solution. As an additional measure, I have also told the stable manager to avoid using the well. It will be inconvenient, but safety is of the highest priority.
There is like some weird, you know, like telling somebody in a desert region that you can't use your well is like, I hope there was some compensation for that in the form of like some like handouts. I'm just saying, you know, you're getting rid of the monsters. But you're also getting rid of the water source there.
It may be my imagination, but it feels like there is even more heat in the air here than in the past. And despite that oppressive heat and this seemingly desolate environment, I believe there is more vitality in this desert than anywhere else. Perhaps I feel this way because I have seen the strength of those who call this place home.
Yeah, I mean, there's a special place in Zelda's heart for this.
Nowadays, it seems Riju has Kara Kara Bazaar well protected with diligent soldiers. But when I came here 100 years ago, the traders who frequented this place were on their own. I was fortunate that Urbosa herself served as my bodyguard.
It's good to know. This is the place where you met
This
Riju for the first time in Breath of the Wild.
Supposedly originally built to keep watch on divine beast Varnaboris
Yes.
as it lumbered through the desert, but now it is a place to observe changes in the desert landscape. I've heard it is tall enough to see above the worst sandstorms. And between this place and the lighthouse Riju has planned for Kara Kara Bazaar, safely traveling the desert should become easier soon.
I mean, they have the sand seals now and everything. I mean, they had it before, but it's pretty good. They've become commercialized, which also I think is really funny.
The immense Gerudo Great Skeleton lies here. Legends say that long, long ago, Hyrule was actually the bottom of a vast ocean. Considering the marine fossils that have been found across the world, I see little reason to doubt this.
Wind Waker reference.
Except, it seems to me that there are too few fossils. Maybe sea life found roots even deeper. Maybe through chasms like the one near Barida Lookout. Maybe as far as the depths. No, I'm getting carried away.
Okay, so the Leviathans were seafaring creatures, probably around the Wind Waker region. Could be connected to the Sky Whales as well in Skyward Sword, you know, but Wind Waker for sure.
The current chief of the Gerudo, Riju, used to have long hair reaching all the way to her waist, a style only permitted to Gerudo royalty. Today, however, she wears it cut short. I believe this is both in penance for not being able to stop the Divine Beast or the Yiga clan on her own, but also to give herself a goal to aspire to. By the time her hair grows long again, she must be a strong chief, like Urbosa was.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, like, I don't know. I like that. I like that one a lot. It's like kind of wholesome.
Riju's beloved sand seal, Patricia, was apparently a gift from her mother.
Oh.
They seem to have formed a close bond over the many years of Riju's studies and training. I think they can even communicate with one another, though I am not able to understand Patricia at all.
Patricia, what's going on? I love the bow. Killing it, killing it. Also, second place to get another sand seal plushie if you want it. Dude, as you can see, I have a sand seal plushie on my shield. I love these things. They're so cute. They remind me of Doodle plushies.
These are the barracks for Gerudo soldiers. Riju recently spoke of wanting to improve the training her soldiers receive, sharing too how she has been frustrated with the results so far. Hearing this, I told her of how Urbosa always felt the Gerudo should be more in touch with the desert. A look of realization crossed Riju's face, and then she spent some time studying a map. It seems Urbosa can offer wise guidance, even 100 years later.
I like that. Aw. It's very sweet. They did the voice line so well with like connecting like the new descendants from the old ones 100 years ago. Wait, I'm sorry. Is there a memory in the bar? What?
I tried once again to get the popular Gerudo Town drink Noble Pursuit, and I was once again told I was not ready for it yet.
Okay, so
They did tell me I should come back when the young Gerudo children who have been living abroad return to town. Apparently, some special drinks will be prepared for their arrival, and I should ask again then.
I know this as an Italian, right? Like sometimes you slip a piece of, just a little wine right there, Oh, it goes really well with the spaghetti. Don't tell your dad,
The main settlement of the Gerudo Town, is ruled by Chief Riju. Though young, she seems to be working hard in service to her people, overcoming both the divine beast and the threat the Yiga clan posed.
Yep.
In fact, the town is more lively than ever. It is humbling to see her face such challenges. When Mother died, I was inconsolable.
Yeah, I guess Gerudo really does bring up more about her mom, especially with Urbosa here. Yeah, I mean, Riju did take it in stride. I mean, especially, it gives more context, like with, her hair and everything. Wants to live up to be like her mom, who was so powerful, and she wants to do the same. She wants to be the same, which is like very commendable. Also, just sad.
Riju complimented my technique when handling a sand seal, a skill I only possess thanks to the training Urbosa gave me so long ago. I then told Riju of the time I forgot a shield and was left behind by both my sand seal and Urbosa. And the young girl doubled over laughing. I still sometimes forget that this young girl is chief of her people.
Yeah, that would happen. That would do it. I just imagine, like, literally, I'm gonna take a sand. There's definitely been somebody who, like, prank children, right? Who have taken sand seals out to the deep desert and then stolen, like, one of their friends' like shields. Aha, get back. Guaranteed to happen, by the way. It's a prank, bro. The prank. That's why that's why they have sleds now. Yeah, that makes sense.
The North Gerudo ruins are connected to Gerudo Town via an underground pathway that Riju showed me. She told me it was an escape route in the event of an emergency, but that short of some immense disaster, she couldn't imagine using it for such a purpose. She laughed as she said this, and though she seemed unconcerned in the moment, it's clear the safety of her people is never far from her mind.
Also, the ruins down here is like, isn't this the prison? Like the underground ruins here are like actually insane. They're so cavernous and maze-like. So I guess hence why it's funny, but also like, no, that's not happening.
This is the chasm located near Barida Lookout.
This is the Endless Chasm one, yeah.
Suggest ancient people lived far below ground in the depths, and I suspect holes such as this one could connect the surface to that place.
Which ancient people,
If I want
though?
to find evidence proving my theories, I will need researchers wholly dedicated to the task.
What?
I should speak with Pura to see if she knows anyone qualified and capable of tackling this.
What ancient people? Is this a different ancient people than the Zonai and the Sheikah? Or yeah, it could be the ancient heroes aspect race, which is not the Zonai, but a different one. It could, dude. There's a third. The Lomai? Is that what it is? Maybe. Okay, Zelda theory incoming. Okay, strap yourself in. Maybe there are 3 ancient civilizations, right? Not including the current one. There's the Zonai, which are the beings of the sky, right? That came in with the sky in ancient civilization, right? There's the Sheikah, the newer of the ancient civilizations, the ones of the surface, right? And then maybe, hear me out, okay? There's the 3rd ancient civilization, the Lomai, which are the ones that lived in the depths. The world thinks that I have something going on there. The rain stopped. Maybe I'm right. It's a sign. And that's where you get the heroes aspect from. And also maybe that's why, like, maybe the Lomai, there's some sort of like, it has the 3 steps of the labyrinth because it's the last piece. And there's 3 different, I'm spitballing here, okay? Maybe.
Link often used the vast meadows of the Sanadin Park ruins to help me practice horse handling. I recall thinking there was little I could learn from him. After all, I am quite capable on horseback. However, it wasn't technique he was showing me, but rather deeper lessons in compassion.
Caring for your horse. Very sweet.
The Satori Mountain cherry blossom tree.
Yes.
While there were only 2 of these trees before, there seem to be many more now.
Yeah.
However, it is said that cherry blossoms can purify evil. Does that mean more are appearing because the calamity has disappeared, or are they appearing in preparation for some new threat?
Oh, interesting. There was like, this was kind of like a premonition or a theory that would have led towards the upheaval. Interesting. Okay. That's something, I guess, to note for general Zelda lore. The more cherry blossoms you see, the more danger there is, because cherry blossoms purify danger. And so it's like reaction to what's happening.
Tabantha Bridge Stable was built when the Tabantha Great Bridge was repaired after many years of neglect. However, the bridge was destroyed during the calamity and only recently reopened, so the manager here is worried that no one knows about his stable.
Oh,
He purchased some goats and is trying to develop a signature dish using goat milk butter, but there are definitely some things he needs to learn about the animals.
Aw, he's trying to build get business for his stable. I love that. And so he bought goats and everything. I like that.
These ancient columns mark where a shrine once stood. Before the calamity, when I was frantically searching ruins, I would often seek hard-to-reach places. Despite this, Link always managed to find me. I was so terrible to him then. And of course, when I apologized for it later, he reassured me that he didn't mind. I regret putting him through that.
There's some closure because this is when they kind of like fought a little bit. This was like one of the more antagonistic memories. Aw, that's cute. I like it.
Thunder Plateau was so named for the endless rolling thunder that used to echo across it.
Yeah,
I was hesitant
no
to
longer.
even come here, but with the thunder gone, this place is incredibly peaceful. I wonder if the thunder was connected to the shrine that was here before. Maybe it was some sort of test.
Is that like some sort of reference to, I guess, maybe to the how to solve the, that's okay, sure. How to solve the shrine in Breath of the Wild if you played Tears of the Kingdom first? I know they were the balls though, so it didn't really have anything to do with the thunder. You know what? Sure. But that kind of goes with also like when the shrine disappeared, the thunder disappeared. Same thing for the Typhlo ruins. When the shrine disappeared, the darkness disappeared.
Ever since I was a child, I was always forbidden from crossing the bridge over the moat to reach Castletown Prison.
Really?
So today is the first time I have ever set foot here. The calamity has not spared this place, leaving behind only these scorched columns. But perhaps that is for the best. Perhaps Hyrule no longer has need of a prison.
Okay. Sorry, I thought it went one way and then it went the other way real quick. Okay. I was like, oh, perhaps like not having the prisoners here alive anymore is for the best. And I was like, because they don't need it anymore because it's such a peaceful land because they have good government.
This was once an impressive research site, but after being devastated by the calamity, it is now known as the Royal Ancient Land
Okay.
Ruins.
This is where they did all the
Laura
research.
in particular has lamented the knowledge and samples that were lost here, but we can start again. It's our turn to build something we can leave to future generations.
And they did end up building the tech lab ruins and stuff. Sorry, the tech lab, the Akala ones and the Hateno ones, which is pretty good. So it makes sense that Pura worked there and actually had knowledge. This is where that research building was in Age of Calamity. I guess that makes sense. Man, it's been so long since I've played. When did Age of Calamity come out? 4 years ago? I truly do not remember a lot of the lore there. It's been a hot second. Age of Calamity. Launch. November 20th, 2020. Damn, okay. It's been 5 years. Jesus.
The land here has been trampled by monsters.
I have a fun fact about this place,
With the
too.
deep valley nearby and the Rito already watching over the area, there seemed little need for additional protection. Unfortunately, that proved an incorrect assumption. I pray that those who lost their lives here found peace with Goddess Hylia.
They did not make it. They did not make it. Yeah, fun fact here is in Breath of the Wild, actually, I remember this place very, very well because my first ever event that I held on stream. This is relevant, by the way. The very first event I ever made, I made a video of it. It was a $1,000 tournament in Breath of the Wild. $1,000. And I had... I forget how many streamers, there's like 12, 13, 15, compete in a speed run to collect all of the dogs and feed all the dogs in Breath of the Wild. In this place in particular, you had to use a BTB off of one of the moblins to get from Serene Stable is over here, or was Serene Stable. And so you would bounce off to there. And so I remember this spot in particular, and I will always remember it. This is a pretty cool one, and it's a very satisfying BTB. Anyways, enough with throwbacks. We got a memory to watch. Wait.
While long ago, all of the stables would pack up and move as the flow of travelers shifted, only Seren Stable continues this tradition today. In fact, they are planning to move to one of the new roads built to support the construction of a Skyview Tower. They are very busy preparing for the move, but I must remember to visit them again once things have settled.
It makes sense why there's Serene Stable and then new Serene Stable later. It moves, you know, as people move and move on.
This structure was clearly designed to take advantage of the geography of the area, but even the interior is largely intact, considering how many battles have been fought. Well, it is very impressive. Seeing it reminds me of some very, very old records I've read. They suggest that there was a temple named for the first queen of Hyrule, and that it was often used as a shelter for the common people. Could this be...
Well, she didn't know the name of it because this is Sonia's temple. Could it be... You want to say more? It didn't really give too much more on the origins and everything here for the Forgotten Temple, but we do know that the Forgotten Temple was once Sonia's temple. It's a very interesting development there. They probably don't want the voice memories to spoil the game for new players. Yeah, I mean, for sure. Plus, like, yeah, this is like before the events of Tears of the Kingdom is what we're getting.
I came upon an injured horse and brought it to Snowfield Stable to be treated. I had hoped to bring it with me on my travels, but it needed more time to recover. So instead, I offered a prayer that some kind-hearted person would come to care for it. I may have also said a prayer, one I learned from Mother, to help with its mane.
Aw, this is where she found the golden horse, like her horse. That's cute. This is where she found it, guys.
The North Lome Labyrinth is a harsh environment and an unsurprisingly labyrinthine structure. It has high walls, but is otherwise unlike most fortifications. It did once hold an ancient relic meant for the bearer of the sword that seals the darkness, so perhaps it was a trial or test of some kind. I may just have to ask Link to investigate.
It had the... No? Wait, what? It had the barbarian armor in Breath of the Wild. This one has the Ganon armor, basically. Yeah, the barbarian set is what the Zonai were supposed to look like. Yeah. Okay, let me really quick get some fans. Me, when I upload a new video, asking and then ask if you like it to subscribe.
When I look at the Hebra Mountains now,
Hebra?
I can accept something I couldn't 100 years ago.
Sorry.
The energy blast that shaped the peak 10,000 years in the past indeed came from the castle. Perhaps these mountains were always trying to teach us about the past. I should put together a survey team to investigate and make sure we aren't missing any other such messages.
Okay. Okay. First thing, Hebra? Huh? Hebra? What? Second off, the giant hole in the Hebra Mountains was was from the castle 10,000 years ago? Say more right now. Like, I guess from a divine beast laser, like that could be it. Maybe Demise? It was Ganon, but like not any incarnation that we know of right now.
A hot spring hidden deep within the mountain. I heard the pain cries of an animal and have now found an injured horse soothing its wounds in the refreshing waters. I had meant to investigate the immense skeleton on the northern summit. This horse seems so friendly. Oh, the skeleton isn't going anywhere. Now, how far away is the nearest stable?
Aw. I guess that was the golden horse. Yeah, that was the golden horse that she brought to Snowfield Stable, and then she rode. That's what it is.
I spoke with Gally at Rito's stable, who seems worried about whether he can keep the stable open, though it sounds like he's had an offer to sell it to a newspaper of all things.
Ah.
In any case, Hyrule is all the better with newspapers and stables. Maybe the two can find a way to coexist here.
Wait, I love that. And they did. Look at this. They did sell the stable to the newspaper company. So I guess it's not exactly a stable, yeah.
100 years ago, the divine beast Varmeadow soared through the sky, and the Rito champion, Revali, was ever quick to celebrate his skill as its pilot. Many may have been put off by his bravado, but I found it encouraging. There were often subtle signs that he was someone who worked hard, unseen, to be certain he could back up his bluster.
No, I'm actually like good still hating Rivali. Actually, I'm good. This is all about
Rito Village.
Rito Village.
Hometown of Rivali, the Rito champion. It seems he is spoken of as a legend here, and his bow is an honor bestowed on the best Rito warrior. You did hate other people talking about you, Rivali, but I'm afraid your story will live on here for quite some time still.
It's like, yeah, no matter what, like, hey, you did something great. Now this one's about all of Rito Village.
Rivali,
or no. Oh.
You were always quickest to rush to my side when I struggled. I'm sorry I wasn't able to help you when you were in need. You being you, I imagine you shrugged off waiting 100 years like it was the smallest inconvenience. You were so tough on Link to make sure he could protect me, weren't you?
Okay, all right. That's good character build. I like that one. I do like the friendship there of like, you're an ass, but like, for a reason.
Canelli, the village elder of the Rito, told me that he intends to pass his role on to Teba.
Teba?
That a single Rito could serve both as the
Sorry,
elder
I'm
and
learning
the
these
protector of
pronunciations.
the village at the same time. But when he saw Link and Teba face Meadow, needless to say, he has no concerns whether the Rito will be in good hands with Teba.
All right, well, Teba did a great job.
This plaza has been named after Rivali. It's said that he boarded the divine beast from here the day the calamity began.
Yep.
And for that reason, and in his honor, it was given its name. The fact that the design on the ground has been carefully maintained and unchanged for 100 years shows the immense respect the village holds for their legendary warrior.
Yeah, I like that. I didn't realize that was Rivali's symbol.
Many of the Rito aspire to be like Rivali, and most of the children follow his example in practice with the bow. The flight range is where they do the majority of their training. Though he always claimed the practice range was only meant for him, he did strive to make a better world for future generations, and that dream lives on here.
Aww. Aww. Okay, wait, I like that. I like that. Well, that is all of the Rito and Rivali ones. So let's do the final bit of memories right here in the castle.
I have heard the castle gate is the product of Sheikah wisdom and Goron engineering.
Really?
Father always said it would never fall, and he was technically correct. It is the only part of the castle that remains unblemished.
True. That's true. Sheikah Tech and Goron engineering. I love it. Here they,
I
here
love
they.
gazing out at the castle town here in the observation room. The view is completely different now, but I will see to its restoration.
Yeah, to see an actual like Hyrule Castle would be really cool.
The first gatehouse is the outermost point of entry to Hyrule Castle. While the ramparts themselves are crumbling in many places, the towers appear to have endured. This seems like an excellent place to store the materials we will need as we work to restore the castle.
Yeah, and they were doing it a little bit. That's pretty good.
Ships would come and go all day here at the docks. It truly was the most lively part of the castle, and it always felt thus thanks to the numerous merchants. It feels lonely now, abandoned as it is, a feeling magnified as I reflect on what it once was.
Oh, that's sad. I mean, yeah, everyone died.
The castle's library, now covered in dust. At first glance, I found this worrying, but I believe nearly all the books can be salvaged with some effort. Though Father never cared much for books, he would often visit this place. I wonder why.
Oh, no, it is his secret study. That's why it is. Yeah, it's in here. Yes, the king's secret study.
Though this throne sits vacant, the space it occupies still speaks volumes. For instance, while the sculpture behind the throne is especially sturdy and serves as a hiding place in an emergency, no one that occupied that seat has ever chosen to use it.
Ah, that's why there's that secret spot with the champion's tunic, is this is a hiding place in case they need to.
The bell tower. My memories of it are filled with a terrible sense of helplessness. When that bell tolled, it reminded me that my training was incomplete.
Oh.
And the last time I heard it ring out, it was warning us of the calamity's arrival.
Oh, I just like the bell because there's the Korok there.
I remember when this place had a blue roof.
Or any roof at all.
Rook would be there, ready to lighten the mood. And Urbosa, standing by, was always ready to lead. Rivali, so confrontational with Link at every opportunity, while Mipha watched the two of them with worry in her eyes. We can never return to that time, but I will forever hold memories like these dear.
That's why they're called memories, because you remember them.
As far as I am aware, there were never criminals foul enough to warrant imprisonment here. And while I do recall a bandit named Misko being captured long, long ago, it seems in recent times they have risen to greater fame for their keen sense of fashion.
Misko mentioned with the fashion too, and his treasure. I like it. I like it. I like it. That's actually pretty good. I'm kind of with it.
The dining hall. Father was partial to the seat in front of the fireplace, and Link preferred to stand watch near the entrance while I ate.
Always protecting her.
I still laugh when I remember the look of surprise on Link's face as I returned for my second and then third helping of fruitcake.
Hey, honestly, yeah, me too. Like, I'll take that.
The guard's chamber. When he was not occupied by his duties as my protector, Link would often come here to train alongside the regular soldiers. They once let me join in, but the arrow I loosed went off target. It also caught the flame of a torch, and everyone
she's not a soldier.
frantically raced to put out the resulting fire.
Which is actually kind of cool. That's kind of creative. There's a reference to this small thing that you can do here to get a stuff.
My room. I spent far less time here than I did in my study. That fact may have surprised my attendants, as I often closed the bed curtains to hide the fact I had once again slipped away to continue my research.
That's actually kind of cute because I don't know about you guys. I would do the same thing when I was like young. You know, it's like the same thing where you like put the covers over your head and then you play your like Nintendo DS and like past bedtime. You like sneak under your covers. Like, I'm going to battle my Pokemon. I still do that. I live alone. Like I'm like, I'm going to bed. But after I play some Switch.
My study. I found a silent princess in a corner of this desolate room. How many years or decades has it patiently waited for the right conditions that it might finally emerge? To think, I once believed the silent princess was doomed to extinction. You're stronger than anyone.
God, I love it! Because it's like the same thing with like, oh, she thought she would die against Calamity Ganon, but she's still stronger than anyone. Ah! What a good way to end! And that is every single Zelda voice memory. So let's get our first memory. We have 35 memories today.
The lives of our people and this tree are interconnected. As we prospered, so too did it. It was the site for many of our rituals, and though that role has since been taken up by the Temple of Time, I am sure this sacred tree watches over us still.
Interesting. It's like a Zonai Deku tree kind of the. We're learning. Looks like we're gonna learn a lot of Zonai stuff with the Rauru memories. I'm so excited for that. We did get one memory on accident yesterday, so I'll play that today, just so we have like that in totality in case you want to see all the Rauru ones. But it was this one by the Ascent Shrine.
To allow easy transportation of goods between Sky Islands. While I hoped the people of Hyrule would make use of it, the flying machines proved challenging to control. I once sought to join Sonia while she practiced with one, but a construct stopped me, insisting that the devices are limited to one rider.
Sad.
A crystal refinery, and one responsible for a highly complex manufacturing process. The nature of the work was such that only a select few constructs could perform it, and only 2 of those remain in operation. Fortunately, that is enough for now, though apparently there was a time when they could be found throughout the kingdom.
We know at least a couple of more, and that's kind of weird because a lot of them are in the depths. Like a lot of them are in the depths. This is like some weird, like there's the Lomai and then the Zonai. Like the Lomai are like the people of the heroes aspect, I guess, with the labyrinth and stuff. I mean, we'll see what that looks like because it looks like there's some memories like at the labyrinths here that you can see. So we'll see like what Rauru has to say about those specifically. Very, very interested in that. They could have also just like fallen down through like all of the chasms. That's also like a distinct possibility.
This is known as a Zonai device dispenser, but the concept of leaving things to chance is not one often seen in our civilization.
Yeah, this is a gambling. Like
I myself believe that it was originally created with a different purpose.
Oh?
Maybe it was used for entertainment, or maybe
it's a
it was
gotcha
not
machine.
even originally made by the Zonai. The ways of our ancestors are sometimes unclear, but they are also interesting puzzles to unravel.
Okay, so now we have okay. So yeah, the theory of the Lomai being a third ancient, even more ancient race than the Zonai is becoming even more clear. The fact that these weren't made by the Zonai is a little confusing. Or maybe not. You know, it's like possibly that they weren't. Super ancient. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Yeah, it's got Zonai architecture and stuff, so that's a little confusing, but maybe we get more insight later. Maybe also lost to time. Yeah, that could be it. They're a race of gamblers.
Though the flux constructs can enter a standby mode, reducing energy consumption outside of battle, they remain one of our less energy efficient creations.
Yeah, they really aren't.
Considering their limitations, I would love to improve on their design and give them greater range, but my sister says the ancient schematics for them are quite abstruse.
Yeah, it is very interesting that they're much larger creations and they don't really have like a certain like function as much as the other constructs. So I can see why these might be like early creations that are extremely energy inefficient. That makes a lot of sense.
It was here that we used the capabilities of frost emitters to create a permanently snowy region. By encircling the island with cold air,
terraforming.
We created an ideal place to test the durability of constructs and Zonai devices. I'll always remember the look of wonder on Sonia's face the first time we came here.
Really? Okay, so the Zonai were capable of full-on terraforming. The implications of this are crazy. It makes you wonder why there aren't more than around the Great Sky Island and everything.
I do not believe anyone else is as proficient at handling Zonai devices as the Maker constructs. That said, one should be careful around the inventions of less experienced ones. I recall a very chaotic rafting ride when a misaligned fan made it nearly impossible to steer. I was scared half to death throughout, but Queen Sonia enjoyed herself.
I love that. That's actually so cute. So they're allowed to go on raft rides together, but obviously not the gliders as of above. So so maker constructs canonically have a deal of experience versus inexperience. Like there is an amount of a level of knowledge that each have. It's not just like all built in. They're not just purely machines. There is some sort of like knowledge base with that. Very interesting.
These rails are intended to transport materials, but they also supply energy through pipes.
People talk.
The Goron people make extensive use of this kind of mechanism, and I believe it is possible they modeled their designs on our own technology.
So these aren't just rails. They're energy pipes. Like they're power lines? I guess they are. I guess we just didn't look at them close enough. Yeah, there's also the Zonai markings there. Yeah. No, that makes sense. But I will kind of like, I wouldn't even question this because like this was broken off. But I guess my other question is like, if they're power lines, what are they powering? Yeah, here's the broken power line right here. I didn't even realize this. You know what? I need an Any Austin video telling me where the power lines go in Tears of the Kingdom.
On occasion, constructs have been observed forming a line as they wait for an available charging spot.
This is a charging
More
spot?
interestingly, some will give up their place in that line to allow constructs with a greater need to recharge
They have
first.
compassion.
Were it that everyone always acted with such empathy.
I don't know if that's specifically empathy in that case. It's similar to like if you were to recklessly depower yourself, right? It could just be irresponsibility that is rewarded by everything else. Okay, mood killer. Well, I'm just saying it's easily exploitable, and that's not an indication of like a good system. Don't ruin us for us, Eric. I'm sorry. Like, hey, I'm just saying if I have like a low power on my iPhone and I have a power bank and I'm with somebody that has a lower power, I mean, oftentimes you'll give it to them. But if I'm currently using it and I need it really badly, then like, no, they gotta wait their line. They had to use their thing a little bit more responsibly. If you knew that, you know, you weren't bringing a battery and I was bringing the battery. This is a valley that I will die on. Not even close to a hill.
Our culinary constructs were imparted with knowledge of both cooking meals and concocting medicines. Though they have no taste buds,
pharmacy too.
They learned to mimic the movements we make when tasting food.
What?
Even my sister, who gifted them with the ability to learn in the first place, was surprised by what they gleaned through simple observation.
Okay. Rauru has a sister. And also Raru's sister was able to give life to the constructs. Oh, I guess Mineru is his sister. Yeah, that makes sense. Sorry, maybe I'm cooked.
The forest ostriches were once on the brink of extinction. However, a proposal by the queen was made to protect them, and eventually, this species flourished once more. Though they were originally only found in colder lands, they are highly adaptable, thriving in all but the frigid polar regions.
Huh, interesting. Oh, I also wonder, when does this take place? During Raru's travels, he built shrines to purge evil from the land. Listen to his words as he traversed Hyrule in his founding era over 10,000 years in the past. Okay, this is before the calamity, the first calamity, trying to purge evil from land. All right, good to know. Interesting. All right, so this is where you fight the construct for the first time.
Temple of Time.
This is a Temple of Time
tower and faithful timekeeper, as well as a spiritual center of this land. It was constructed in a traditional Zonai architectural style that extends both up into the sky and down into the ground. It was believed in ancient times that such a design could pierce through evil.
I'm interested to know about what you think about the second Temple of Time. But okay, so they were aware of the depths and everything. Yeah, that's the piercing part down there. It's ascending up into the sky. Classic Zonai architecture. It makes sense. Like this, right? This is Zonai architecture classic, right? But like, want to know more about the other Temple of Time. This is where we drop down and
this
set
altar is considered
the altar
the most
to the
holy place in the temple.
Yeah,
and it
this
is
where we
give
sent it back.
offerings as part of our prayers for a
Master
bountiful,
Sword back.
peaceful world. I have heard ancient legends that it could interact with a sacred power, allowing travel back and forth through time. Though how this was done is a mystery to me.
Interesting. So this altar, like, I guess, is just an amplifier of recall, which is what we learned during the events of Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, what is
island
this?
was intended to be a fortress with a strong wall, but it seems to be collapsing faster than other islands. I wonder if the dry climate of the Gerudo region is at fault.
Interesting.
Regardless, I should commission a maker construct to help as soon as possible. It would be a disaster if the island fell to the surface.
Dude, imagine. But also, what's keeping the islands afloat? That's what I really want to know. Duct tape and dreams. Honestly, I'd believe it at this point.
There are stories that claim a soul will wander these halls until the Guardian of Power, said to reach from depths to sky it was so large, has cleansed them of their pride. Perhaps it was in this room that judgment was passed on those overly boastful of their power.
What? A soul will wander these halls until the Guardian of Power has cleansed them of their pride. Is this a prison? There's the evil spirit armor is the armor that we get from completing the labyrinths. Maybe that's what they generally mean by the soul of the evil spirit. The judgment was passed. So this was an execution. Maybe I'm cooked. Wait, this is South Lomai Castle. Top floor. So this was a castle? What? This is a North Castle, top floor. Castle. So these were Lomai castles ruled by the boar. So this Lomai castle was specifically ruled by the manifestation of power and swift judgment for criminals. Maybe this was a prison, yeah? I mean, this is also, it makes sense that this would be the power spot, right? Because this area was Ganon, right? And also the Spring of Power and all this, right? 10,000 years ago, maybe the Lomai, right? The ancient race before the Zonai, it had more mystical things about them. So this unreliable narrator here, kind of like these are myths brought down. So yeah, Age of Imprisonment has a lot of work to do. Okay, that one's, I think, one of the more interesting lore drops that we've gotten here.
The ceremony held here was a trial of heart, strength, and technique. There was a time where everyone who came of age would undertake this test, but as Zonai devices developed and spread, only those wishing to challenge their courage would take part. I wonder if this island will ever see a new challenger.
Yeah, so just people testing their courage, their strength. Makes sense.
Though this island was originally used as a place to store things, it has been a long time since it fulfilled that role.
Oh.
And while the island lacks an official name, many have come to call it Starview Island. As for me, the only real stars are those sparkling in Sonia's eyes.
Oh my god, guys. I don't know about you guys, but I'm starting to think he likes her. I think I think he might have a little thing for her. Ooh, Rauru has a crush. That was so cheesy. It was. But sometimes the cheesy things are the sweetest.
This island is a training site for those who carry the power of light. By practicing at length with this power, one can grow strong enough to overcome great evil. To recall all the times I had visited this place in my youth.
Yeah, because Rauru has the light power. Hey, if Zelda knew about this, we could have prevented a whole lot more.
I think I remember. When a Zonai tumbled, Rito Wings gave chase. In thanks for their salvation, the Stormwind Arc was made.
Someone saved a tumbling Zonai.
A gift given from the Zonai, and the Rito filled with joy. It is an old legend of my people. Could this be that vessel?
Could be. Genuinely, like actually genuinely, Wind Temple is the best aesthetically looking temple, and in my opinion, objectively in my opinion, the best temple in the game.
I traveled here on a quest to cleanse evil, and Sonia has accompanied me. However, I had not considered how challenging it would be to traverse this path. If I had my sister's power, I could perhaps move this vessel.
His sister's power was spirit power, I guess, because that's Mineru. How, though? I guess, yeah, put her soul in inanimate objects, then she moves it. Like, she would be able to, like, possess the ship. Interesting. Okay. That's cool.
I have heard that until a soul here receives guidance from the Labyrinth's guardian, it will wander this maze.
Okay, similar to the last one.
Perhaps it was here, then, that the Guardian of Wisdom, with their keen mind, would pass judgment on those who deceived others.
Okay, so this is ruled by the owl. Here's what I'm gathering now. This makes it a little bit more fair, or this makes sense. These are the ancient bearers of the Triforce, or deities, or just guardians of the Triforce, and each one ruled from one castle, which were the 3 labyrinths. They could be the dragons, they could be the Lomai. Maybe the Lomai were originally like some ancient race, and then they swallowed the secret stones, and those became the dragons of like Dinral, Nidra, and like Farron, Farosh. That's what it is. That could be it. And then the evil spirit is like, evil, I guess. So I'm assuming the last one is ruled by the it's not lion. What's the third aspect for courage? Because there's owl, boar. Owl is Zelda, boar is Ganon. It's dragon. Okay. Yeah, so ruled by the dragon might be next.
In a time when Zonai devices make it easy to overcome many of life's obstacles, the idea of flying through the sky without assistance, of overcoming one's fear of falling, has been dismissed as unnecessary idealism. But now that only my sister and I remain, I believe with my whole being that it is more important than ever to always strive to grow.
But why? Why is it only you and your sister left? Like, remain from what? Like, what happened? Please, I want to know more, Rauru. Say more. Like, it's obvious that it's like you must remain vigilant in times like that, but also from what? And also why? I think these are important things that we have not gotten answers to.
I have heard that the original reason for the lower gravity in this space was to reduce the jolts cargo could experience during transit. However, it has an additional use. It seems the Zora greatly enjoy the sensation of swimming through the sky.
Ooh, okay. Actual cool lore implications here. First off, okay, confirmed. Lower gravity here is artificial, which is kind of weird. Didn't know that was a thing, but yeah, sure. Artificial lower gravity. But then also the lore implications is it was specified that it was either the Zora turned into the Rito or the Rito turned into the Zora. Like there's some ancestry kind of there. I forget which one it goes, but that's kind of interesting.
Thanks to the plentiful water available here, this is a prime spot for conducting water-related research. The floating spheres, for example, have the potential to revolutionize logistics, but as they do not retain their shape for long, their use is limited to certain islands.
They don't really use this for any logistics though, so that's a little also interesting.
The water that flows from here eventually becomes clouds and rain, bringing water down to the land. The Zora people in ancient times had dealings with the Zonai, and I can imagine they used the immense waterfall to travel from the surface to the sky. It is appropriate some refer to this waterfall as a bridge.
Okay, that's cool.
A lot of debris is scattered in the area. It is likely that cargo was handled here and... perhaps the strange shape of the container made it difficult to control the launch mechanism.
I guess he's like Zelda in that aspect. He's very curious. Cargo, I sure hope it goes vroom vroom. God damn it. Oh, okay. So this is this is one of the big mysteries of Tears of the Kingdom, of like why there's a mining facility here, but there's not really much of a mine and there's no mining constructs. So maybe there's more insight from Rauru here.
This area was once known for the abundance of ore that could be mined from the numerous floating islands. Many gathered here to make their fortunes, though today only a few mines remain. A sight of ore deposits sparkling in the night sky, wonderful company at one side, is a better kind of fortune in any case.
Okay, so this was once a mine. I don't know. There's not much more insight here, but very interesting. There's only one like ore deposit left. There's not much else.
It is said that until the guardian of this labyrinth offered guidance, a soul would be set to wander these halls. Perhaps this was the room where those dishonest with themselves were judged, where the guardian of this place weighed the courage of a soul.
Okay, so each one of the labyrinths were kind of guarded by members of the Triforce, or those that embodied the Triforce or something similar. And so you would go to each one to be judged or like trialed to make sure that you were worthy. All right, this is the floating scales island where you
I thought it very strange when I heard from the Zora
this puzzle.
that there was a fish in the sky, but now I see what they meant. They also told me to stand on the edge of the center platform and look out to the southwest. But oh, I understand. Quite befitting the Zora.
Yeah, so this is an interesting one because it just tells you the solution to the puzzle. It's like, oh look, I get it. That's really funny actually.
Those that complete the skydiving trial are bestowed empowering attire. It allows them to better control their movement in the air. And if all the pieces are worn together, the wearer need not fear
this is the equipment,
striking the ground no matter how far they fall. The ancient Zonai even fell to the surface at times, but I believe this attire kept them safe too.
Yeah, that's a little hint for the player to be like, oh, if you upgrade all of the flight equipment, you actually don't take fall damage, I believe. Pretty cool.
Zonite was once readily found even on sky islands. This giant refinery is a remnant of a time where its scarcity seemed impossible. Of course, the lava that powered the refinery still remains. I should consult with my sister and see whether we can yet find a use for this furnace.
I don't think they did find a use for the furnace after all. But very interesting. Yeah, Zonite was once abundant, but then,
circular designs often represent an eternal bond and were even thought to ward off evil. Perhaps with that in mind, many of the structures here have been constructed with a circular shape. Though this was once an archive containing many important records, now only those my sister keeps remain.
all right. So just a superstition of circles. Ah, a demon! Circle!
This was originally a port where materials from the depths were imported and stored, but it is currently being managed by my sister as a construct warehouse. Security is unusually tight. Even I had trouble coming here, but knowing my sister, she has her reasons.
Yeah, makes sense for the mask and everything, but interesting. So they mined it. I mean, they mined in the depths and processed it in the sky. Yeah, but she was building her vessel from a very, she was thinking that out a long term.
The people on the surface believe this to be proof of the lightning dragon's divine protection. In actuality, it is a lightning rod the Zonai constructed to prevent lightning strikes.
All right, so there are Hylians on the surface
Perhaps
here.
This is how belief in the lightning dragon began. I wonder how often belief results from unrelated coincidence.
Historically speaking, extremely often. Actually, almost exclusively.
I get a strong sense of nostalgia in this place. When I was young, I was intensely interested in finding and studying treasure maps. Before I knew it, I had become quite familiar with the topography of the Sky Islands and, incidentally, with Zonai devices. Nothing motivates one to learn like a healthy sense of curiosity.
Ain't that right? Ain't that right? And with that, we have completed every single one of the Rauru Memories. I think there are 55 different Kohga Memories, and it should be pretty easy to get.
That cursed Link is back. I knew rumors of him vanishing were too good to be true. And where you find Link, you'll find someone pulling his strings. It can't be Zelda, though. She's long gone from this world. Or is she? The royal family can be tricky. Okay, assume nothing. And only rest when I'm sure the job is done.
So you can see like this place originally was like a Kohga staging area, I guess. Kohga sounds like a man who was banished to the depths of the earth and has gone insane. I mean, literally, you're not wrong because that's exactly what happened. Let's start here and we will go we'll go clockwise, I think. Oh, there's an actual order for, wait, is there an actual order for this one? Oh, there is an order. Part 1, the fall, the research, search for this magnificent one. Oh, okay, there is an order. Oh, okay, we got an out of order voice memory.
This place is way too dark. Maybe if these dim glowing things could get brighter, or if this green crest thingy reacted at all. What even is this? Some kind of massive plant? It goes so far up. Does it reach all the way from here to the surface?
This is interesting. Where the Rauru Memories and the Zelda Memories just were like fun facts about the area and maybe some deeper knowledge about like Zelda's mother or like the, you know, the ancient civilization before the Zonai with the Rauru Memories. It seems like with the Kohga Memories, it goes in order, specifically the events after you shoot him down into the giant hole in Breath of the Wild. So that's kind of interesting. We're getting like a full storyline with this one.
Is this the afterlife? The great beyond? My final reckoning? Nah, it still hurts like I'm alive. And I'm alive thanks to this weird inflated cloth.
Oh, he fell onto the Zonai devices.
Like
okay.
Dastardly Link. How dare he foil the secret technique of the leader of the Yiga clan? Hang on. Maybe I'm in the depths. That's where a bunch of ancient people live, maybe?
Hey, Zonai lived here, right? This is him falling. So he quite literally fell down onto these balloons, and it was like, oh, okay, I'm living. You know, like this is how I lived. And then he goes to the light route, being like, I wish there was light here. And now we continue on. Okay, awesome.
Oh, it shook a little there, but touching it also sent a shiver down my spine. Maybe they're spirits? But if they are, then that means this is the afterlife.
I can tell out of the 3 different kinds of memories, this is going to be my favorite for sure. I'm so excited. Like, actually, this is going to be great.
Okay, so
he's building up his base.
Set up a base here close to the hideout. But what do I do about the graveyard notebook? The drawings in it are absolutely schematics of some kind, but they look like impossible, unbuildable wastes of time. But if they aren't, I should explore the depths some more.
So he's like, okay, you know, he's turning this into an opportunity. He's like, oh, okay, interesting here.
What's this floating green thing? Is this some kind of bottle? What's inside? I'll just... Fine! Don't open! I'm still gonna hang on to you. My sixth sense says you're important.
Floating green thing? What was the... Maybe like a battery? I think it was maybe I think it was a battery. And that's like how we can like access like Zonai devices and like actually charge them. Or maybe it's a Zonai capsule. Could be either, yeah.
This some kind of ancient doodad? It's flat there and pointed here. Ah, my butt! Ah, what a terrible seat! Oh, take this terrible seat! Ah! What? Why are you glowing?
What? Why would you take the pointed thing with a flared base and try to sit on it? Oh, this is what a bit to run. Well, that's, I guess, canonically, that's how Kohga learned how Zonai devices work, by getting frustrated at a rocket because he couldn't sit on it.
Aha! More ancient doodads. Lots like the last one, too. Crazy thing firing off into the air scared the bananas out of me. Huh. I bet the ancients used them to get around, which means I can, too. Come here, round thingy. Time to show Master Kohga what you can do. Yeah!
Oh, no. And then that was the last of his memories. And then we didn't hear from him ever again. I think it's so awesome that these actually follow like a new storyline rather than just be like fun facts. This is worth it for sure.
Ooh, this is a new mushroom. I've never seen anything like it on the surface. Maybe just one little bite. What is the smoke? I can't see anything. Oh, it's just like a smoke screen. I should hang on to a few for the next time things are looking dicey.
The voice actor did not have to go that hard on that one. So, okay, that's learning what a puff shroom is like. And that's kind of cool too, because it's like a little bit of a tutorial. So if you get here and you don't know what puff shroom is specifically, it'll just tell you what it is. Yo, that's awesome.
Okay, so there are bokoblins down here. And they're smart enough to mine for something using tools, but they attacked me right away. Here I thought faithful servants of the Magnificent One would want to be friends. Could have at least talked first.
Yeah, it's like, why are you against me? We're on the same team here. We want, like, death to Link, as it were.
Good riddance to those bokoblins. I guess they don't like this light. I was going to let them join my new Yiga Clan Depth Squad, but they definitely like attacking me too much. Makes me miss the Yiga Clan. I wonder what they're up to.
It's just him all alone, sad, lonely, forgotten. And he misses his friends.
What's the deal with this place? Furnace is blazing away, but no one to be seen. Though from a distance, it did look like this green thing was moving. Maybe I should find something to eat. Things will go bad if I start hallucinating.
Yeah, what is he eating down here? I mean, he tried puff shrooms, but it didn't work.
Aha! Is this the source of that horrible rotting smell? It is awful. I can't stand it. I hate it. I don't want to stop smelling it. Whoa, a little bit dizzy, Oliver. Hey, over there. Those aren't bokoblins. They're Yiga. Guys!
He's actually going crazy. He's hallucinating because Muddlebuds make people dizzy. That's crazy. The drugs in the depths.
Is that at last? Someone to help me. Hey, there are bokoblins chasing. Huh? I could have sworn there was someone here. Oh, no one tells you how lonely solitude is. I'd even accept the company of that Link character. No! What am I saying? I'll never forgive him for casting me down into the depths. Never!
Oh, he's going through it, guys. Oh, he's going through it. This poor man's, oh my God. He'll take anything now. He's desperate.
I was sure this one was a person, but nope. Just another statue. Figures. Hey, there are a lot of statues down here. Maybe I'll just head from one to the next, starting with where this one is looking. I haven't got anywhere else to be.
Right over there. Yep. So that's a cool, like, a narrative hint as well to, hey, there's these statues, and if you follow them, it might lead you to a cool place. Normally these lead you to, like, the abandoned mines or similar stuff. That's pretty fun, actually. I like that.
Oh, good. More ruins. Couldn't be an actual village, could it? And no water either. I keep hallucinating Yiga calling out to me. Kohga. Kohga. Feels like yesterday that I inherited that name. So long ago. That smell. That's banana. Set out to ripen for 5 days. Just how I like it. It must be them. Yiga Clan. Guys?
He's finally found his guys. He's done it. They're here. Oh my God. The five ripened 5 days. Interesting. Maybe we'll have to try that sometime. I mean, it's like a regular banana, you know, but like specifically 5 days is like a crazy timeline. Like if it's 4, it's like two unripe, and 6 is like 2 rot. Guys, my next stream is I'm watching a banana ripen for 5 days. New stream just unlocked.
The Yiga are gathering critical bananas. I mean supplies. For us to set up the Depths branch of the Yiga clan. While they do that, I need to figure out how this device works. Cloth with a hole at the bottom. What if I put fire here? Uh-huh. Oh, no! Stop! Don't fly away!
That's how balloons work. Oh, that's so funny. No!
Is this some kind of grave? No bones, though. Not a grave after all, are you? I bet you're hiding something. Aha! A treasure chest. Now I'll just open... rust it. Anything else here? A notebook. I can't read the letters, but... I know what this is. It seems luck hasn't abandoned me yet.
Interesting. I wonder what that is.
Nuh-uh. You can't fool me. This place has all the makings of a trap. See, if I get closer, like this, there, trap sprung. So easy to... Hey, what are you... Stop it. I don't want to fight you.
Yeah, that's right. You know, if you don't know if a bear trap works unless you spring it. I thought I was smart, but Master Kohga has an IQ that I can only dream of.
Wow. I've seen some big skeletons in Gerudo Desert, but I don't think I've run into anything like that down here. If the surface and the depths are connected, then that means the creatures living up above could come down here, I think.
I mean, literally, that's how it worked, Kohga. That's how you fell down, so I guess it takes a skeleton to figure it out.
The pictures
Part
in that
4.
book from the graveyard were very, very clear. These things all attach in different ways to make something else.
Oh,
So if
that's
I
how
take
we
this
learned about the
cloth,
Zonai devices. It's the
connect it
cemetery.
to the platform, put this wind-blowing thing here. Then if I lit a fire under it, it'd work. Yeah, I need to study this notebook. Time to head to the hole under the hideout.
Okay, so he's trying to now use Zonai devices to go back to the surface. Now that he's like found these schematics from this notebook in the cemetery. So the cemetery was probably some Zonai cemetery that had a bunch of schematics and a book detailing how devices work. What is? Yeah, right here. Oh, where there was a Frox, I guess. Or is a Frox? Oh, it's right over there. Uh-oh.
Why do you have good-looking ore on your head if you're just gonna try and eat me when I check it out? I hope you like that bomb flower I gave you. I hope it gives you gas.
All right, that's like a hint for like how to take down Froxes when they open their mouth. But also, that's really funny. That's kind of iconic, I'm not gonna lie.
The notebook had info about this thing, I'm sure. What page was that? Aha! Here we go. According to these pictures, this creature gets all person-shaped when you get too close. Must be some kind of guard? It's got glowing red eyes, and those are always bad news. I'll keep my distance.
Yep, that's the construct for you.
I bet the notebook I found belonged to a Zonai.
Yeah, yep.
And if I'm right about that, then this shape must be Zo.
He's learning how to read it.
And I think this one is Na. And this is I. Device. Zonai device.
Mans learns how to read.
Yeah, that seems right. And I don't care if it isn't.
All right, confidently. Like, I don't care if it's not right. It is right to me. All right, that's kind of iconic, I'm not gonna lie.
And there's the face. You're not in the notebook. Does that mean the Zonai didn't make you? How'd you get turned to stone anyway? Maybe the goddess did it because you did something bad. Well, bad by her standards. And if she didn't like you, I bet we would have gotten along.
That's a huge lore drop. So the Bargainer statues are either created by the Lomai or, you know, the ancient civilization before the Zonai, or they were them and then turned to stone because something happened that the goddess wasn't happy with. Or that could have just been a joke from Kohga. But, you know, unreliable narrator kind of way. That's a pretty big implications, especially with what we know about the Lomai labyrinths and the supposed origins of the, I guess, like Triforce in this area, or like the 3 different like power, courage, and wisdom.
So, obviously this was meant to send things to the surface. What I don't understand is how it moves things through the ground. The pictures in the notebook look like it just happens. They just go through. I don't get it. And I can't use this to send stuff to a base on the surface if I can't figure it out.
This is one of the spots where you like ascend and you go to the surface from the depths. So if you ever got like trapped down here, you can just do that. Like a cool anti-soft lock. But yeah, that's kind of funny. So if you just, I guess if you just don't know about how to do it, it's just like, why did they just go through the, how does that work? How did they just go through the ground?
Look at this level ground and cliffs on all sides. This would be the perfect spot for a base.
Uh-oh.
I would have to get rid of these statues, though. Oh, and replace them with statues of me. But what poses would be best? Maybe this. Or I could do... Ha! What about, wait, is that growling? What is that?
It's a King Leok! Oh, he noticed me. He's right behind me. Isn't he?
Whoa, yes. There we go. Finally a stick-shaped Zonai device that looks like it could steer things. Like a steering stick.
That's how it got its name.
The Yiga clan will be able to use Zonai devices with only a little bit of training. Plus, Now I can try making this bird-like thing from the notebook.
That's where the schematics came from. So all of the schematics that we get are from this notebook that Kohga found in the cemetery. There's an actual now in-lore reason of to why we get these. That's actually great. I'm very, very happy about it.
No, I can't keep going. It's too hot. What's the deal? This place feels like it's under Death Mountain. Phew. Yeah. No fireproof elixirs on me. And I don't see any fireproof lizards around. Definitely time we head back.
The amount of times that Kohga has basically died and then come like, you know, or like almost is crazy. Man should be like dead 5 times over.
Okay, I think I finally escaped that scorching misery of a place. Oh, wheels. Big ones and small ones. I bet the small ones are really maneuverable, but those big ones would be great for tough paths. Oh, we Yiga have such good reflexes and balance. I bet we could even make a unicycle with these.
I love how man sees like, yo, wow, there's so many incredible new technology that we can use with these wheels. How about a unicycle? It's like, wait a second. Wait, no, let's go back. Let's go back 1 second. I don't know if that's like the best use of this.
Okay, what is that glowing creature? Some kind of bug. Maybe we could use it in an elixir that helps with the darkness down here. Gotta catch it first, but that'll be easy. Nothing is sneakier than a Yiga in their Yiga clan.
Ah, that's cool.
clothes.
This tells you about the properties of that.
What? Are you kidding me? Is that tree walking?
Me when I see it ever mean for the first time. What the? Oh, okay. We got another statue here.
This statue looks a lot like a Zora, which means that statue of a woman I saw before was probably a Gerudo. And if I follow this statue, I'll probably find something man-made eventually, too. I think I'm beneath the Lanayru region, but that'd mean the depths are massive. I'll never finish exploring them.
Literally me playing the depths for the first time. Holy! There are so many!
So this is where all those Zora statues were leading me to. Kinda like how the Gerudo statues pointed the way. Must be important and sturdy by the look of it. A perfect place for a Yiga clan base.
Must be important. The delivery of that line gives me like the same like John Mulaney skit of what detectives used to do at a murder scene. Oh, wow, there's a pool of the killer's blood on the floor. Huh. Gross. Clean it up. Let's put a chalk outline of the body. That way we know where it was.
This thing was definitely moving. It withdrew the moment it noticed me, but I saw it. Its neck was all stretched out, just like the pictures in the notebook. I can't believe something so ancient still works. Better take it with me. Okay, lift with your legs and... Oh, wow, you're heavy. Never mind. The younger Yiga can haul this home.
It's for somebody else. Not for me.
Oh, I knew it the moment I saw it. That red ooze is not good. It feels like part of my soul is being stolen right out of me at the slightest touch. And lately, this stuff has been getting everywhere. But I figured out the secret. Don't touch it. And that is why the Hover Doom Mark I is the best thing ever.
The Hover Doom Mark I. Okay. Just use an air bike, bud. Just use an air bike.
Turns out if I stare at Zonai letters long enough, I can learn to read them. It also turns out someone named Minoru wrote this notebook I found. They were
Oh!
apparently the last Zonai to manage this place.
What?
Anyway, I came here looking for prototype constructs, not a big owl statue. And that isn't a construct. Right?
Okay, so this was Minoru's notebook that Kohga found. In the cemetery, in the depths, is where Minoru's body is. Like, Minoru's spirit is in the Puripad, right? But Minoru's body is at the cemetery. Oh, okay, huge lore. That's crazy.
All right. So instead of
Beautiful music in the
prototype
background.
constructs, this place is empty. That's great. Not like I had plans to use everything I was gonna find. At least I have the schematics for Minoru's construct. I could just make that myself. A construct by me for me.
And that's how the seized construct existed. Sorry, not the seized construct. That's why Kohga has the construct he has in his final fight. Sorry, not the seized construct, because that was Minoru's extra before. That's why the fight is the same, because Kohga found Minoru's notebook and then rebuilt the construct for himself. That's cool.
So I thought Zonai devices were only good for getting around, but a fire-breathing dragon head? That's really dangerous. Oh, I have an idea. If I take this and some spikes and add them to my construct, yes, this could be amazing. This could be incredible. This could be Mecha Kohga 5000 Deluxe.
Never stop with your naming scheme, bud. And so that now he finds the destructive power of the Zonai devices. That's where we're at right now. That's where we're at.
So that last earthquake opened up a bunch of holes to the surface. And apparently Zelda has some new minions. They're calling themselves a survey team. Boring. And they have started poking around down here in the depths. Rude. I was here first. I could erase them from existence the moment I see them, but maybe I should let them look around and see what they find. Then erase them.
All right, so right now the earthquakes happen, holes open up. Zelda's like, survey team, go. They get eaten by titans. Wait, wrong story. And then Kohga sees what they discover. We'll see what he does. But this might be like towards the end of part 2 research. This is where you fight Kohga for the first time, basically.
This is definitely the place the notebook mentioned. It says a construct here will let you use Zonai power to memorize and rebuild the design once it's been made. That would be really useful. Except there's another one of those green crests, and it doesn't do anything. Someone else can figure it out.
And that's Link. Grr. Yeah, so it really is like these are just waiting down here, waiting for like Rauru's arm, literally.
It is a good day. I got a report from one of my spies in the survey team. They say the Demon King has awakened, and both Zelda and Link have gone missing. This is the perfect opportunity to show the Magnificent One that we, his best and most loyal retainers, are ready to support him.
Okay, so he's now heard that the Demon King is back and ready to strike. Demon King? Secret Stone?
Okay. The Yiga clan knows where and how to build the base. They can handle the menial work from here. Meanwhile, after I'm done soaking, I need to hurry to the Magnificent One. A meeting with him is not something I would leave to anyone else. I heard a really interesting bit of news from one of my spies in the Zonai survey team. It seems there's lots of Zonai stuff down here because the ancient Zonai were digging all over the depths to find an ore called Zonite, which must mean the place with the big furnace is an abandoned mine. And that obviously means this incredible source of energy was meant for me to control.
Yep, that's exactly what that means. No, he actually got that like right, like on the mark. No, he's there. Like he's there.
It seemed really strange that the Rito statues ended abruptly, but turns out the entrance is on the surface, and it's right under Rito Village. Maybe all the mines those statues point to are under big settlements.
Obviously.
If that's true, we can employ some sneaky, stabby, and attack from below while they're distracted. Magnificent One, I hope you approve of my incredibly clever plan.
Sneaky, stabby. Yes. Yes. I understand. No, I get it. Yes.
Almost.
I was trying to squeeze through.
My banana gut. Price I pay for those lovely yellow fruits. I just know there's gotta be a great treasure if a flux construct is here. But no, bananas are once again my undoing. I'm done with this. That treasure chest probably won't open anyway.
He's just trying to squeeze through. That's so funny.
Huh? What's that? It feels like something is overhead and in the wind. Did it just pick up? But I don't... Oh, what's that? It's hard to make it out, but that A dragon? How did I not notice a dragon?
Oh, God!
Monsters in Gloom don't seem to like the water in the depths, making lakes the perfect place for bases. We've already got a perfect site up and running, and the Yiga are making progress using Zonai devices. They're turning out one schematic after another. Ha ha ha! But also, I should really get to work on Mecha Kohga 5000 Deluxe.
So this is just like a testing site and everything, and you putting the Yiga clan and getting them situated with the Zonai devices. So it's good to see. It's good to see.
The notebook says this is where people wished for matchmaking or something. Well, in that case,
Ooh.
I wish to meet the Demon King. Maybe there's a trick to it. I wish to meet the Demon King. I wish to meet the Demon King. I wish to meet the Demon King.
No, if you say it like more though breathier, like maybe it works. I wish to make the Demon King.
I'm willing to bet all my bananas that the Magnificent One is somewhere down here.
It is.
Gloom is so thick, like a red, oozy soup, but it's too thick for even the Yiga clan to avoid it while searching. Wasn't there something one of my spies said about Sundelions and the Gloom? I'll need to look into that.
Yeah, something with the Sundelions and the Gloom there. Something there.
I understand that the Gloom is a blessing given to us by the Magnificent One, and that stepping on it is basically an insult to him. But it's really gotten all over the place. I don't know how people on the surface avoid it, even if it is less thick up there. Wait, could that mean the Magnificent One must be in the depths with us?
He is. That he is.
At first, I thought this was a giant bokoblin, and
Oh,
I
whoa.
absolutely didn't even flinch at the sight. But
What
it
the?
seems to just be a statue. Hang on, is this the back? Why would there be a big bokoblin face there? Could it be some kind of disguise? Reminds me of that guy on the surface who makes monster masks.
Oh, what? I didn't know they had monster faces on the back. That's crazy.
So there's a name for that red stuff I keep finding all over the depths. Gloom. I wish I had known it was flowing from the Magnificent One. I would have just followed it to him. I can't now, though. Blasted stuff is all over the place and impossible to backtrack. Stupid, no good. I like the Magnificent One's gloom. A lot. So much. The acoustics down here just made it sound like I was complaining. But I wasn't. Gloom, gloom, gloom.
Dude, he sounds like Dr. Doofenshmirtz there, you know? Like, it gives you that energy. Harry the Platypus!
All of the monsters down here are so strong, stronger than 100 men, but none of them listen to me. The moment I find one, I get attacked. I hate getting attacked. And that's why I've launched the Monster Training Program.
What?
Just as every child bonds with their parent, every monster I raise will bond with me. And they will serve the Demon King. Hey, I'm not fooled.
Aww.
No, I'm not. Stop biting me.
Oh, wait, that's so cute. Oh, he loves the little foxes. Wait, that's adorable. Oh, my God. No, stop fighting me. No.
That is a really big lake. Perfect for the aquatic division of the Yiga clan. We'll have to move quickly to build powerful water vehicles. And obviously we'll need to train Yiga to use them. We must be ready for whatever the Magnificent One needs.
The aquatics division. Okay, we have one more. The last memory is the Hyrule Castle. Let's see what he thinks of the Demon King.
Where could the Magnificent One be? We've searched high and low with nothing to... Huh? Hey, you! Why are you in such a hurry? Slow down, there's no need to... What? The Green Crest? You figured out how to make it work? Then we have to hurry to the Great Abandoned Central Mine. Hurry! Go faster!
And then now we have caught up to the events of Tears of the Kingdom, where you now fight Kohga for the very first time after you get auto build. That's awesome, because he goes to the Great Central Abandoned Mine and then you go fight him. And that's the entire story of Kohga from the events of Breath of the Wild right up until the very start of Tears of the Kingdom. That's so cool. So we literally, because a regular Yiga guy found out how to activate the green mark, which they didn't actually, it stopped Kohga from actually finding the Demon King underneath the Hyrule Castle.